eventually.
They're like $2 at the dollar store.
Yeah, I don't have a dollar store near me.
Depends. If you get the wireless one, they're like $200. If you get the crappy one, it's like whatever. Alright, everyone. I think we're all here. We're ready to go. Is everyone ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, excellent. I'm going to bring you back to town. Alright, we're back in town.
Alright.
Alright,
We're gonna do
just to
that. Okay, go.
just to bring everybody back to speed, picking up from where we left off last game. You guys had just gone to the inn, the Stonehill Inn. You had taken a nice rest there. You met the innkeeper. His name is Toblin Stonehill. And you took a nice evening's rest. I'm going to bring Castanar in. Castanar, as I brought you up from before, you have come down to this town on your own little adventure and your own little mission. And as you approached the town, you heard a loud bang. And this is before. This is still the evening time before they had slept.
Okay. And obviously, first thing I do is look up at the sky. It's not supposed to rain today, let alone thunderstorm. So
there's no clouds in the sky.
I'm automatically on guard. Which direction am I approaching from?
You're do you see your
north.
token? You see your token?
Okay, yeah, there I am. Gotcha.
He's camouflaged. That's a good
Well,
move.
yeah, I
Appropriate.
mean, naturally, I would think that you don't necessarily have to come down through the road.
Yeah, I tend to avoid roads when I can, so that makes sense. I think what I'm going to do is let me figure out how. Basically, I'm going to move along the north here toward the orchard and see if I can get a look into the center of town across the green there.
Well, are you moving stealthily or are you just
Northerly.
you
No. I'm going to move normal. I'm not hiding.
Okay.
I don't want. Okay, I wasn't sure how you wanted me to. Oops, I've got the wrong thing selected here. Let's try this. You said that it kind of came from. Can we delete that box that I accidentally made?
Just click
You
Control
just click it and delete it.
Okay, there we go. You said it came kind of from the center of town, so I'm going to move up here and look across the green, the open area there, and see what I can see, if anything. Otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and shoulder my pack and head across the green.
Okay. Okay, I realized something bad.
If I don't see anything, then I'll just head
I
across
realized
the green.
something bad. Sorry to interrupt you. I realized something bad. So this is the problem. When I have 2 instances of Roll20 up, it echoes everyone's voices, and I don't have a good way to stop that because if I turn off the music, the voice on one, it turns off the voice on both.
Oh, because you're using the same computer?
Yeah, I mean, I don't have much of a choice. Unless I... Okay. I tried to change some settings. Alright, let's keep going. All right, so Castanar, what are you up to? You're.
Okay, I stopped here across the green and I looked out across to see if I could see anything going on in the center. If I don't see anything, then I'll head across the green, shoulder my pack, and head across the green. I have all my weapons sheathed. I have my walking staff in hand, is all.
As you look across from your position in the orchard, you can see the town green is a good, maybe 70 or so feet away from you. You can see that there is actually, the town has cleared out. It's the nighttime at this point, and there appear to be 2 dead bodies on the floor in front of the inn.
Alright, we never cleaned them up. Okay.
Oh yeah, I forgot about those.
Okay, well, I'm going to head across. I mean, I see 2 bodies is what I see.
Yeah.
So I'll head across the green, and assuming nobody stops me, I'm going to stop and examine the bodies and verify, okay, they are dead. Not long dead, presumably.
These are 2 human bodies. They look to be armored militia types, and they are both wearing a characteristic red sash.
Actually, we took those.
Oh, so they are not wearing a characteristic red sash.
But they are uniformed of some sort, apparently.
Yeah, they're armored people. It's,
okay, so I'm going to.
They're not. They don't look like civilians. This looks like they look like militia or something.
Okay, I'm going to assume they're town militia and that there is some sort of attack going on in town. Immediately going on guard and stepping up against the, I presume, the stone wall of the inn, or whatever, the wall of the inn there, and just looking about warily.
Are you peering inside the inn, or are you just looking around?
No, I'm not looking inside the inn. I assume that any attack is going on outside, not inside. So that's what I'm verifying first.
At this point, it seems like the town is cleared out, and strangely, there is no other militia or anybody showing up to do anything about these dead bodies on the street.
And no noise of battle?
No current noise of battle. You heard that loud bang. It was it was maybe 15 minutes ago. But since then, you haven't heard any more signs of battle. You don't see anybody on the streets in the middle of the night. The doors appear locked to the houses. They're all closed. Shutters are closed. Everybody in town probably just wants to disavow whatever's going on. They don't want to be involved. That's what the impression you're getting looking around.
Okay. Well, not being very familiar with towns at all, it's been years since I've been in one. I do recognize this as an inn. I'm going to go up to the front door and try to open it.
The front door is open. The inn is still open, and you go inside the inn and you look around and you see, of course, you see a couple of people sitting around. You see an old gentleman. He looks like he's drank himself into a stupor and has fallen asleep on the table. You see these 3 characters before you. You see an elf. He appears to be wearing some wizard's robes. He is pretty well kept. And you see 2 dwarves that look heavily armored. And all 3 of them are sitting at a table enjoying some ale.
Okay, I'll give them a...
Brandy.
You also, the monk, of course, Nimbex, what I'm going to tell you happened before is that he drank a little bit too much again, and he has gone back to his room and he's passed out, and he's not present.
That's so like him.
You have one cider and it
he
just goes
really
off for the
can't
rest of the
hold
night.
his liquor at all. But it appears he's taken a liking to liquor and he's gone. So by the time, Castner, you come in, the monk is not there.
Okay, I give the 3 a cursory look. What type of elf? Wood elf? High elf?
Actually, high elf, moon elf specifically.
By the way,
Yes.
can I make a perception check to make sure if I hear like the door opening or something?
Sure, you can make a... Well, you see him coming in unless you're trying to sneak in, Castner.
No.
You guys just see him coming in.
Oh, go ahead. My bad.
So, Castner, would you describe yourself to the 3 sitting in the inn?
Sure. When I enter, I have my hood up, but I take the hood down. You see a wood elf dressed in traveling leathers, patchwork green, brown, and gray type of foresty. It's got the
Let me fix this a bit.
it's got you can see the sign of a longbow and a quiver on his back, along with a pretty hefty pack, topped with a bedroll and whatnot. Medium height.
Sorry guys, I'm still here. I'm getting some coffee. There's a time stop spell going on. I'm just kidding.
He's medium height. Obviously used to the outdoors. He appears to be a little bit ill at ease at this point, possibly because of where he is, possibly because he just stumbled across 2 dead bodies. Now, let me go through the sheet here. There we go. Long black hair, like I said, medium height, about 5.5 feet or so.
So as you walk into the inn, you see the innkeeper comes to you, and this is a relatively short human male. He's got black hair. He seems to be pretty well dressed compared to the other commoners in the inn. He's wearing some fine clothing. He's got a big pouch containing his gold. He looks at you. He gives you an up and down look, and he's like, "Where did you come from?" Like he looks at you and he's kind of gives you a grimace. He's like, "Well, what do you want here?" Because he kind of it looks as though from what you can gather from looking at this guy, he probably thinks that you have no money to pay for anything in the inn. Because you look like a woodsman yourself.
Yes, I do. Pardon me, good sir. I've just arrived from the east. I was looking for a friend that lives to the Neverwinter Wood is to the north, right? If I remember correctly.
Yes, it's to the north of this area.
I was looking for a friend to the north, and while he wasn't there, I found word from one of your residents, I believe, Quinlan Alderleaf, and I was hoping to speak with this individual.
Well, if you're talking about Quaileen, yeah, she's got a farm down south in town. If that's what you're looking for.
Well, I don't want to arrive this late in the evening at her residence. Might I take a room for the night?
He looks at you. He squints his eyes. He's like, "You got the gold?"
Immediately on guard. I have some, yes.
He's like, "Well, it's 30 silver a room for the night. I don't know if you can afford this. Maybe if you really wanted to, we can work out maybe some sort of trade. I don't know. You have 30 silver?" And he kind of looks at you incredulously. Because you don't look like someone who's got a lot of money.
I'm making an insight roll. Does 30 silver sound? That wasn't insight, sorry.
Okay.
I used there's insight.
You could just take the 30 silver off him and handed it back.
What is the insight roll for?
Does 30 silver sound appropriate, or does it sound like he's trying to bilk me some?
He doesn't sound like he's trying to bilk you. It does sound like he does not feel that you can afford it.
Okay, I reach into a pouch at my belt and I extract a single gold coin.
His eyes open up. He's like, "Wow, well, have a seat."
I'm not sure if this is normal. I've not been here before, but that business right outside your door might be a bit bad for your business if you take my meaning.
He says, "Well, it's bad."
Oh, sorry about that. That was my doing.
And okay, so Schmigel Schmigel says something, and the innkeeper just steps back, and he's just like, I don't want to talk about this anymore. Very unfortunate.
It's your inn and your business.
He's like, well, no. Technically, it happened on the town grounds. It's not inside my inn. It's I got nothing to do with it. And he just he walks away. He's like, "Please have a seat. Have a seat. Whatever you'd like to eat, I'll bring you some." That
Some
kind of
venison
point?
stew?
Some what soup?
Venison stew? Or something similar?
It's like, okay, we'll see what we got. And he goes to the back to get some food for you.
And a glass of wine as well, please.
Absolutely.
I look over at the individual that had spoken up. You're doing. And by the way, in Elven, I greet the other elf in Elven.
Oh, that's me.
That's you.
Kind of like not really paying attention. I look up to finally notice that there's another elf standing right there, and I look and I go, oh, hi there, and I'm replying in Elven.
Might a weary traveler join you?
Sure, why not? There's always room for a fellow elf at our table. Move over, dwarfs, and I push them off.
Schmigel steps on the doctor's foot. My heavy boot.
Can I make a saving throw for that? Dexterity saving throw.
If you want.
See
Maybe you
if I
want to make
miss
an
that.
attack?
No, well, he's attacking me.
Yeah.
Sounds like somebody might have
No,
surprise.
he hits my foot.
No.
Okay.
Ouch.
You want me to roll for that one?
No. Schmigel
There's a
steps
saving
on your
throw.
foot and it hurts. That's half a hit point.
If you don't mind, I don't like to be messed
Round
out
down.
of the conversation.
You take half a hit point of damage rounded down.
Alright. So, what brings you here? Fellow elf?
I am looking for someone. My mentor, a forest guide from the High Wood, sent me to visit an acquaintance in Neverwinter Wood. Unfortunately, I was unable to find this druid. However, there is a friend here in town which I plan on visiting to determine whether or not they might know the whereabouts of this individual I seek.
Who might this person be and where might they be found? We might be able to be of some assistance. We've been here a whole day, actually.
Which
Never really
person?
ran into them.
The person here in town or the person whom I'm ultimately seeking?
Here in town. Maybe both.
The innkeep said that she lives on a farm on the outskirts of town.
Quailing.
Quaileen.
I go to Smiggle, and I speak in common. Do you happen to know a Quaileen around here?
Schmigel looks at you very, very annoyed. Like,
I turn back to my elf friend. I guess I'll take that as a no. Anyways, continue.
There's not much else to tell. I need to speak with Quaileen, but although I think I will wait till daylight to do so. It would not do to visit an individual in the dark of night. At least I don't think it would.
No, it would not. But you may want to take care of it early in the morning. There may be something that will happen tomorrow. I would be careful if I were you.
This wouldn't have something to do with some sort of, I don't know, I would call it extortion racket going on.
Extortion racket? Well, I guess so. Yes, there's definitely
I'm happy to
fishy
report
things.
I fixed that sound problem. Sorry, continue.
Oh, awesome. There's been some fishy things happening in town, and my fellow dwarves and I switched back to common since I'm talking about them now.
And I nod that I can speak the common tongue as well.
Okay. So, you can. That makes things easier. Anyways, dwarves, elf friend. By the way, I'm the doctor. Anyways, we have there's
A
some,
doctor?
Yes, the doctor.
The
Anyways, there's apparently a group of ruffians around here. Anyways, we ran into them yesterday. Things went out went off with a bang, and we didn't get off on the right foot, actually. So
I would
things might
more
happen
call it
tomorrow.
a boom, I think.
Oh, you heard that?
Yes, I did. That actually well, I was on my way here anyway, but it did attract my attention.
Oh, by the way, what time is it?
Dinner time.
DM time, more or less.
At this point, it's getting
Um,
pretty late,
he's
but
reconnecting.
the innkeeper
I was gonna
does
say,
come
yeah.
back, and the innkeeper does come back and deliver your food, Castner.
Okay.
Thank you.
What's the time, more or less?
I would say it's getting close to 10 p.m.
Okay. And may I excuse myself? I believe I have something to take care of. And get up off the table and head to the back room.
I thought you released him. Yeah, we released him in the last session, remember?
Yeah, but I was more or less there the whole time. In the back room. Come get me if anything interesting happens out here. Oh, I didn't catch your name, fellow elf. What is it?
Oh, my apologies. My name is Castanar. Castanar alias.
Pleasure to meet you. Anyways, I'll be back. I take my brandy and I go to the back. The dwarves will fill you in.
Okay, I turn
And I
to the
twiddle my
dwarves.
staff and leave.
Schmigel speaks Dwarvish and says a very rude comment about the doctor.
I heard that.
Like I give a stone.
I speak dwarvish, just so you know. I hear that as I leave.
I don't care.
Everyone can... Who care?
Hey.
All right, so of course we know what happened afterwards when the doctor goes back, and what Castanar, what you notice is after a while you see that the two dwarves go to the back to, and they're doing something back there. You're not sure what it is, and they both leave and they go to the back to join the doctor. And then after, maybe a good 20 minutes or so, all three of them come back and sit down.
I mean, you're making it sound like really
John,
wrong.
John in stereo.
Am I in stereo again?
Yep.
Am I now
Yeah.
in stereo again?
Well, we can hear you
That
perfectly.
is
it's
like
just too-
a lie.
Yeah, you
it's-
have two
I am.
pictures. That's all.
It's just a struggle of playing around with these two instances that is giving me the problems. But I
No,
think,
your voice is fine, though.
yeah, I think I fixed
That
it
is like
because I realized
lie.
I'm able to individually mute everything in the instance that I don't want the voice to be projected. So that's what I'm doing now. All right,
Okay,
so we
perfect.
should be good now, except my connection keeps closing once in the other one. But that's fine. We'll continue. I'll do the best I can.
So, when Schmigel returns back to the table, he finishes off what's left in his ale flask, and he says, "I'll be out in the front, fixing up what I left this afternoon."
And I sit back
will-
next down to the elf.
Okay.
Hoss, how have you been? You haven't said much. You don't have to be shy. This is my fellow elf Frey. You said your name was
Castanar.
Castanar, that's it.
So when they come back, they got this kind of guilty look on their faces.
Let me do that. There you go. You can see my name on the portrait now.
Oh yeah, I just put in a random portrait for you. If you don't like it, you can change it. Feel free.
Nope, that's fine. I meant on the webcam, so.
Yeah, you have a green bar on top of your webcam.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, how do I change my name too? On,
What do you mean?
mine, like what you just did.
Options. Over in the options, the gearbox in the top right. My settings, about a third of the way down, there's a display name.
Okay.
And that'll change your name on your video cam portrait to whatever. There you go.
Okay. So
The
let us continue. Now at this point, the innkeeper comes over to you. He talks to you about renting rooms for the evening. He more than happily accepts your gold piece, Castanar, for both the food and your in-stay tonight.
Okay.
It must have been some expensive food.
The gold piece was, of course, a lot more than he would have charged you if you were to pay his price. But seeing that you just whipped it out, he didn't ask if you want to change.
Okay. Well, I'll wait until morning before I pursue that, if I remember.
And he, of course, directs all of you to your rooms upstairs. There's, assuming there's 3 rooms, 2 rooms for the party and 1 room for you, Castanar.
Sounds good to me.
And you go upstairs in the inn, and there's a big row of, there's a big hallway with doors, and these are all the doors to the inn rooms. And as you walk by the first door to an inn room, you hear some hanky-panky going on inside the inn room, and it's clearly a male and a female in there, doing anything to your imagination. And you hear them screaming, and then you see you hear the female screaming, "Oh, Arden!" The name Arden comes up in there as you walk down. But unless you want to knock on that room, of course you just walk by it.
I just keep walking.
The doctor knocks on their door.
And from the inside, you hear this. You hear somebody. It's a very well-spoken voice. He says, "What do you want?"
I run.
And the door doesn't open. The noises just continue, and you're not having a great sleep because the noises just go on all night.
I'm gonna use my prestidigitation and keep making awkward noises in the room. Or outside the room. Outside the room, because I have to be in the sight of it. So I'm gonna be making awkward noises outside the room.
What kind of noise are you making?
I keep knocking on their door, like from a distance. Obviously, I don't want to be caught. And just like I guess scratching.
Okay, so after you do this for a good half an hour, finally somebody, the door opens. You see this half-dressed male human. He peeks his head out. He looks around. He's got blonde hair. He looks like he's actually, one of those metrosexual-looking kind of guys. He's actually got makeup on. He's looking around. He doesn't see anybody. He's like, "What was that?" And he closes the door.
Us?
And then the noises continue.
You're a cleric, right?
Yeah.
Go be holy and make them be quiet. I go to bed.
Well, eventually, as you wait it out, after a good hour or so, finally the noises stop, and you guys
a whole hour.
You guys are able to have a good sleep.
By the way, when I entered my room, I take I don't know, is there a chair? I don't know what these rooms look like inside.
As you enter the room, it's a very simple room. There's a comfy bed that can fit maybe 1 person, and there is a desk, a chair, and a drawer.
Okay.
All made out of wood. Finely made furniture, but it's not like fancy. It's just well made.
Chair goes up behind underneath the door.
Okay.
Not necessarily to keep the door from opening, but at least noise will be made if the door opens.
Okay, so you guys, anything else you guys want to do tonight? Because it's getting pretty late. You're going to sleep.
Yeah, I'm passed out.
Okay. The next morning, you are awoken by the innkeeper, Elmar. Not Elmar, I'm sorry, Toblin. And you're awoken with a knock on the door, and then somebody saying, "Breakfast is served."
Ooh, breakfast! I run out. Ooh. I run down the stairs.
As you run out, you guys notice that the monk character, Nimbex, that you brought with you, he is still in his room. You go in there to check on him, and he looks really sick. He's like, "Oh my god, I drank too much. Just go without me. I can't." and he starts hurling, vomiting into a bucket. He's like, I'm
Oh.
sorry, I can't join you today. I'm gonna need to recover from this. I'm just never drinking wine again.
Can I do a medicine check on him? Make sure he's alright.
Sure. He's alright. He's got food poisoning. He just needs some time. He's poisoned, and he needs some time to recover from this.
Too bad he's not a dwarf.
He's not interested in joining you today. He's also not here, but that's
what
beside
you
the
get for
point.
being human.
Right, you are the doctor. Now you stay back and take care of him.
I am not.
I'll
Like I said, I am never ever again playing PC characters. So if you're not here, your character's something's gonna happen. Character can't play. So he's not. He is sick and he is not. Doesn't look too good. He looks like he needs some time to recover. So he says, just please go on without me. I need some time.
Okay, I'm going down for breakfast.
What about you and Schmigel and Haas? You both of you also going down for breakfast?
I'm already taking his breakfast.
Okay, and Castor, you hear them knock as well, inviting you down to breakfast.
Okay, I will stretch. I will pack everything. Did it appear people were carrying their packs and gear downstairs?
No,
Or
that's mine. The only thing I carry around is my spellbook, actually.
okay, then I will just use my walking staff. I'll leave the rest in the room and assume that that's standard practice here.
So
Okay.
you guys
Smiggle
will
has
make it
almost
downstairs. There is your place is already set on the table. There's a delicious breakfast of eggs, bacon, etc., etc.
I raid the bacon.
There's some bread. You know, just I'm not sure what they eat in the Forgotten Realms, but you know, standard stuff. Good tasting food, and you guys sit down for breakfast. And the innkeeper comes up to you, Toblin comes up to you, and he says, well, I hope you enjoyed this breakfast, and, you know, I really have to thank you for standing up to those Redbrands, because we need somebody to stand up to those people. They're just a bunch of bullies. And even though, you know, this is in front of my inn, you know, I'm still happy that you guys took care of those people, because they were standing in front of my inn and charging people to walk into my inn. And obviously, that's just, you know, that's just really bad for my business. And they've been doing this for a good couple of weeks. So
That's the second time I've heard of this type of trouble. Quinlane also mentioned that in a missive to Radolf.
Well, yeah, it's not any secret that this town has a pretty bad bandit. Well, they're not exactly bandits. They're just more a gang. Yeah, it's clear this town has been having this problem for a while. It's no secret. It's just that the mayor doesn't really want to do anything about it. I think I mean, if you ask me, I think he's in league with them, or he's scared of them.
Militia or
well, they were supposed to be our militia, and they used to be our militia, and that's the funny thing. They used to be not that bad. They were always really rough people, rude and kind of brusque, but they were never, you know, criminals. Not until maybe a couple of months ago. That's when they started doing this activity that was clearly illegal. They would be coming into the shops and saying that we have to pay a protection fee. And I'd never heard of that, and the mayor doesn't sanction that. This only happened a few months ago. Before that, they were really our hired mercenaries to protect the town, because I think that the mayor just doesn't want to put in the effort to raise a militia of our own. So he just pays money to these people to protect the town. But as you can see, this has turned into a major problem, and nobody in town really has any martial training, and we're not... Most of us are kind of scared of these guys. We don't want to fight them. But it's escalating. Every month they ask for more and more. and they're just squeezing more and more out of us. And I'm actually thinking about leaving soon if this continues.
Don't worry. I say, me and the dwarves will take care of them today. Right, dwarves?
Well, if you could take care of this, I am sure that there would be plenty of happy merchants and villagers in this town.
I don't care about them.
I think you would be heroes in this town if you were to take care of these people.
I don't care about that. The only person I need to make sure is happy is the elf across the street. By the way,
her?
elf, she's mine.
Well, she's always been kind of prude to me. I don't know. She like you? Maybe it's an
There's
elf
another
thing.
elf here.
Maybe it's an elf thing. Okay. Yeah, there's a elven woman by the name of Sister Grail at the shrine across the street. You know, she kind of acts all high and mighty when anybody else tries to talk to her. If she likes you, you're a lucky man.
Sister, a priestess.
Yeah, she's a priestess. I think she worships what's that god's? Oh yeah, Timora or something or another.
Yeah, Tamora.
Yeah. You know,
Elf, if you have to die, I'm not saving you. For why?
But all the guys in town wanna date her, but she's been turning us all down. So if she likes you, you're a lucky man.
Well, I might pay her a visit, but this morning I must visit the elderly farm.
Okay. You guys may decide what you want to do now. Up to you.
So, can I have a refresher of what happened with our interrogation?
As you know, you captured that Redbrand soldier to try to get as much information as possible about what's going on in town and what these Redbrands are all about. And the soldier told you that they used to be a mercenary group. However, they were taken over. Their leader was slain, and they were taken over by a wizard by the name of Glassstaff. And this wizard pretty much showed up one day out of thin air, killed their leader, and declared himself the new leader. And they go by his orders, and he is the one who has been telling them to start extorting the town. Before they were kind of rough mercenary folk, but they never really did this illegal stuff. And this guy, Glassstaff, has just given free reign to do whatever they want and get as much money as possible from the town and just milk it dry.
Okay.
What
do we do with the prisoner?
As you know, Schmigel let him go with a warning: run as far as you can and never come back.
Oh, did I tell him to go bring my name to the Glassstaff and set up a meeting? Or
yes,
did that not go
yes,
through?
Yes, you told him to put your name on an arrow, something like the doctor is coming for you, and shoot it towards the mansion that this guy told you is their headquarters. And he did do that. But you wake up and there's no other Redbrands around this morning.
Well,
I still think it is a pretty stupid idea to warn your enemies before you are coming for them.
Yeah, but this is a more fun way. Makes it more of a challenge. Anyways, what do you guys think we should do? Schmigel? Us?
Well, I thought we are going to visit the mayor of physics. Wait,
okay.
We didn't.
And you guys don't have to go as a group. If you want to separate, I'm okay with that. I just need to take turns.
Weren't we going to try and rally the villagers against them too?
Yes, you did mention that, but you didn't tell me how you wanted to do that.
Okay.
These,
so I guess...
as the innkeeper told you, these guys, although you can put a weapon in their hands, these guys are not fighters, and they would not stand much of a chance against the Redbrands.
Okay, well, we're sitting around the breakfast table. Let's try to make a bit of a plan.
These guys are all commoners.
Mm-hmm.
And I can tell you right now, these commoners aren't gonna do too well in the fight.
We don't want to
And you
endanger
also
the
have
farmers.
to. Most of them sound like they're afraid, so you would really have to go around and convince everybody to want to rally.
And how many Redbrands did we discover there were, more or less?
He told you that there were about 20 to 24
Okay.
Redbrands.
24. Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But he also told you that not all of them are in their hideout at the same time. They actually have some of them patrolling the countryside looking for threats to the town, like goblins. They still do the job they originally were supposed to do, which is protect the town,
Okay.
even though they're extorting the town now. So not all of them are in the hideout at the same time. Maybe half of them are in the hideout. Most of them are
Okay.
going around patrolling.
Okay. So we're still pretty outnumbered. If we don't want to get the civilians involved in this, we have to try to think of a way to break their ranks. Maybe get some of the Redbrands to turn on their new master. Not all of them can agree with how the glass staff is working, can they? Schmigel? Haas? Canister, since you're here, why don't you give us an input?
Well, my thought would be if some of them are out and about doing patrols outside of the town, we thin their numbers there. I mean,
You mean
that's what
outside
I
of
would
town?
do.
Wouldn't it
Not
also be
saying-
possible to hit them while they're gone?
I
Uh,
don't know much about what the situation in town is, but I know attacking separate, smaller groups is,
Mm-hmm.
One second.
and if they're holed up in some sort of, you said mansion?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
the one that you captured
Yes.
did tell you that there's a mansion on the east side of town called the Tressender Mansion, the Tressender Manor, and it was a remnant of the old town of Phandelver before it was rebuilt. It's kind of shoddy and broken down, but that guy told you that inside the manor there's a secret entrance down to the cellars, and that's their hideout.
Hmm. We could always just burn it down.
No, there are people.
You can burn
inside.
down the mansion, but the hideout is underground. So you may not be able to destroy the hideout even if you burn down the mansion. And the mansion itself is in shambles anyway.
Mm-hmm. No, but the smoke might force them out.
Possibly.
Or
No, remember, he said something about the woodcarver and his wives in the mansion also. I don't want to kill
Yes,
them really.
there is another another subplot among the many subplots that you were given, is that there is a woodcarver that
Right.
was they think was captured by the Redbrands quite some time ago.
Right.
Let me get you his name.
Holy,
Fel
Phyllis, you turn
Drenvar.
into the light.
His name is Fel Drenvar, and he was the story was that it was witnessed in town. The Redbrands were harassing his wife, and he stood up to them and he wanted to fight them, and then all of a sudden he disappeared the next day. The day after that, his whole family disappeared. So it's pretty obvious that the Redbrands have him held prisoner, or killed him, or worse. And nobody really knows what happened to them, and sort of a don't ask, don't tell right now with that.
Hmm.
So there is evidence that the Redbrands probably have some prisoners.
all right. So burning the place down isn't an option.
Yep.
Well, I mean, everything you said is great. Whatever you want to do, I'll make it happen.
Mhm.
I just
I
realized
mean-
I was muted.
Yes, Dan, you were muted for a while, I guess.
Hmm.
And Phyllis has turned into the light. Wait,
Let's see.
he's back.
All right.
Yeah,
I guess
he's back.
we should go with what Haas was saying and visit the mayor. Canister, do you need any help with your mission?
I don't know. The druid that I saw protects the Neverwinter Wood, but there was no sign of him there. Only this letter that I found from one of the residents here. I figured I would speak to Quinlane and see what she knows. Otherwise, at some point, I will head back to the Neverwinter Wood and perhaps wait for the druid there. He has some rather, hopefully, important information which will help me later on.
That's unfortunate because we could use some strong blades, or we could use your bow in this area. This could prove even a challenge for us to have to deal with so many foes. Would you be willing to help us?
I might be able to lend a hand. It sounds like these people are in need of some aid.
All right.
I must, however, speak with
I'm gonna go.
Yeah, you can go ahead.
I will go to the I will go to the mayor's. Do either of you want to come with me?
Yeah, I'm coming with you.
And
Okay.
Castanar, I am assuming you're going down to the elderly farm.
That's correct.
Okay. We will do the party. We'll take turns. We will do the party first with the mayor. Okay. So as you enter the townmaster's hall, you see that this is a really big kind of central town building, and attached to it is probably the nicest house in town, and you think that's probably the mayor's house. The townmaster's hall has sturdy stone walls. It has a pitched wooden roof. It's got a bell tower at the back, and posted on a board next to the front door, you see that there are a whole bunch of notices. And these are notices for jobs. And most of them, you look through the jobs, and most of them are kind of menial jobs, not for an adventurer. They're jobs like, oh, well, we need help moving some boxes and crates, we need help cleaning, we need help babysitting, etc., etc. But you see that there's one notice that stands out to you, and it says, Big Reward, Orcs near Wyvern Tor. And it's just inquire with the mayor. And then on the bottom it says, those of a strong heart and a mind to face the orcish horde should inquire within with the mayor. And you see there is a town seal on it with the mayor's signature.
I pull it down and I pass it to Smiggle. What do you think?
I'd take the paper. I say we wait till a little bit. We've got a little bit of price to take care of in tune. But we might as well have an excuse to get through the door, don't you, Zoe?
Yes, good idea. You lead the way. You look the most, shall we say, most bounty hunter like.
So as you guys enter the town hall, you see that it is well lavished compared to anything else you've seen in Phandelver. Nice carpets laid out, nice tapestries. There are bookshelves everywhere, kind of stocked with books. There is a very fancy gilded desk behind which sits the mayor. He appears to be a very large human male, very fat. He's bald. He is wearing the nicest clothes you've seen so far in Phandelver. And he's sitting there, he's got two scales, and he's weighing these little silver pieces on the scales. He's writing stuff in his ledger. And he notices you come in, he's like, well, yes, can I help you?
I slam the paper on the table and I say, I believe we have something to discuss now, don't we?
You wish to take this orc contract? And he
Yes.
starts smiling, and you can see that there's actually like food coming down, stuck on his shirt and stuff. He looks like a slob. He's like, I've been waiting for somebody to answer that.
Hey, and
Welcome,
if you can answer me something,
Welcome to Phandelver.
Thank you.
My name is Harbin Wester. I am the town mayor, the acting mayor, and I would like to extend an invitation for all adventurers, and I'm ecstatic that you would want to accept this contract. Would you like to hear about it?
Well, first, I'd like to make a bit of a complaint to your office.
Well, what's that? What's the matter? I'm sure it's nothing can't be taken care of.
Well, unfortunately, I found myself this last evening with 2 very large goons, or perhaps was it 4? I can't really remember.
Goons,
Trying
you
to
say?
take my legs off.
Well, that's unusual. I'll have to put in a file with the local militia. We'll see. You know, you go.
Aye, they were the local militia.
I doubt that. Maybe they were imposters.
Oh,
I take out the red sashes.
And he looks at him. He's like, "Yeah, well, you know, these are probably counterfeit. You know, they're just you know, we're well protected by the Redbrands, and they you know, the Redbrands keep us safe. They keep the monsters out. They keep people in line in town. I'm very happy with them. Can everybody present roll insight? I need to roll for this guy too.
This is a group insight.
You know what?
thing?
Why don't I take out some dice? Yeah, that's nice.
Ooh, beautiful.
I'm gonna
dice.
take out some real dice here. Okay, you guys please roll insight on him. Oh boy, 22. 16. Well, the doctor, you're... Oh, that 22 was a medicine check. I'm reading this wrong. Yes, you're rolling at a 6. Schmigel, you got a 16. Hoss, can you roll for me? Insight.
Right.
To kind of determine what this mayor's intentions. Okay, so Hoss
2 out
and
of 3.
Schmigel, the doctor, you can't really discern anything, but Hoss and Schmigel,
I'm
you
too
guys
grossed
kind
out by him.
of, you guys, you know, you kind of realize, you know, you guys are dwarves, and you know how to read a face of somebody who's just, you know, not playing straight with you, and you guys have a feeling that this guy, he's just lying. He knows more than he's letting on. He's not, you know, you see he's kind of twitchy when he says this.
Schmigel leans forward, very, very close to his face, and say, "I can see you lying through your teeth."
I looked shocked. I had no idea he was lying.
And then the mayor says, how dare you call me a liar? And
How dare I? How dare you?
And you see his face is
I
starting
come
to
into
get...
this town trying to save it, and I get my fucking knees ready to be smashed over by a club. Oh no! How dare you?
Schmigel, I want you to roll intimidation on him.
Ooh.
Bam!
Ooh, damn.
Yeah, not even close. Okay, the mayor looks just pale and frightened of you, and he's kind of looking around. He's like, listen, please, you know, just don't threaten me. You know, I don't know what to do about these guys. Just please leave me alone. You know, take the contract, and you'll get well paid, okay? But the problems in this town,
I
they're
have
not your
no
business.
hesitations about that contract. What I want to know is what you're gonna do about these goddamn Redbrand.
Look, I don't know what to do. I'm powerless. You know, I just have to kind of stay quiet, and maybe they'll just go away one day. That's all I can do. You know, these guys have been a problem for months, and there's nobody has any power to take care of these guys. You know, what do you want me
the
to
power
do?
to deny him the power.
He's like, you know, I have to answer to the Lord's Alliance in Neverwinter, and I have to give them the report every week, and if I report that this town is not under control, I'll be fired. What am I supposed to do? I have no power over these guys. They're just...
So you're more concerned about your position than the well-being of your townsfolk.
Well, wouldn't you? And he kind of looks at you, hoping that maybe your morals are a little bit defunct.
Mm-hmm.
Can I ask you something? How far is it to the front door to where the mayor is?
I would say it's about 20 feet or so.
Okay, I'm gonna pull him out of his chair into the front door.
Ah! You do have to strength check. He's a large man. He's a very large man.
And
Hoss might have
I'm gonna open the
You can
front
roll
door
an
for it.
athletics check to pull him out.
Can I get a little help from Hoss?
Yeah, so you can pull them together. One of you makes the check. The other one, if you score above a certain DC, the one who makes the check can have advantage. That's the help. option. So you guys can both roll
I'm gonna
strength
hold the
or
door for
athletics.
him.
So you're pulling him together.
I'll hold the
So-
door for him.
Strength or athletics?
Yeah.
Let's do strength.
Athletics is usually better than strength if you're proficient, because athletics adds something on top of whatever strength
Plus
modifier you
2.
have.
I'll just do athletics again.
Okay.
Right. Okay.
14.
Well, actually, Hoss, you don't need to roll because advantage wouldn't make a difference at this time.
Well,
So yes, you are able to pull him out of his seat to the front door, and he is just struggling against you. He's pissed off. He's
I
like,
open the door.
"Unhand me at once." What is the meaning of this?
Oh, you'll see. And I go up to the. I shout out, "Hear ye, hear ye! All come and listen to our wise leader, the mayor of this town, and come and see his excuse for why he has not protected us."
And then the mayor's like, "What do you want me to say? God,
We'll come up with something,
this is
Jimmy.
embarrassing."
say along something like I'm a dirty fat pig who who doesn't do anything other than protect my position, and I don't care about you lazy, slobbing commoners. Yes, that would make them love you.
Okay. You need to roll because even though you guys have him by the collar, that's something that he probably would rather die than say. So you need to roll a stellar intimidation on him
Oh, okay.
to get him to say something like that. All right, you know what? You rolled an 18. I'll give it to you. He says, "I'm a fat lazy pig, and I don't care about protecting the town." And he's like, "Let me go."
All right. And can someone give him a boot?
Give me a moment, Jimmy, and I'll let the words come out.
Okay.
And I boot him right into the dirt.
He scrambles off after
And the
you do
pig
that.
hits
He
the
runs
pigsty.
away. Don't know who's gonna pay you for your contract now, but he ran off into somewhere else in town.
Who's the nearest bystander, commoner?
You see a couple of people who have kind of, because you've made a spectacle of this, so you see a whole bunch of people who are standing around in a semicircle, kind of
Who looks the
looking
most
at each other.
prestigious? Or who looks the most intelligent?
Let's say there appears to be maybe a better dressed than everybody else kind of a male.
But does he look
looking at the
intelligent?
whole fiasco.
Can I do an insight check to see if he looks smart or something?
He looks what?
Looks smart.
What do you mean?
Like, is he a smart person?
I don't know how you can insight that. But he doesn't look like he's a dumbass, you know.
Okay.
He looks like he's.
You.
Can I roll a
You're mayor now.
possession
Get
check
in
to
here.
see anyone
What?
of them?
He's like,
Can
"I
I
don't
roll
want to
a
be
perception?
mayor. You kidding me?"
I smack the doctor across the
He's
head.
struggling against you. He's like, I don't want to be the mayor. And then everybody kind of looks at you like, you know, you're making such a big fiasco in town. They look at you, they look around, and they look like they don't want to get involved in this, and they start walking off. They're just not
I
interested
stand up
in
on
this.
top of a soapbox and I say, "Look at ye! So scared of what these Redbrands have done to you. And what for what
everybody-
kind? The man
Everybody
who just
walks away as the dwarf talks, except for one person. It's a little kid. He goes up to you, Schmigel, and he pulls on your pant leg. He says, "That's right. We're gonna fight the Redbrands, and we're gonna get rid of them."
Schmigel looks down and smiles.
And
Okay.
he says, "You're gonna protect us now." It's a little kid. He's got freckles on. As you look at him, he's actually shorter than normal for a child, and you realize he's a halfling child. It's like we're gonna beat those Redbrands up, right? You know, with your help, we can get rid of those Redbrands once and for all. They won't harass my mom and her farm anymore. You know, one of
Smiggle-
them kicked me.
Okay.
Okay, so
Smiggle pats his head and I say,
he's like, why don't you come down and meet my mom at the farm? He's like, my name's Carp. My name's Carp Alderleaf. My mom has a farm in the south of town. Why don't you come with me? Come with me, and then I'll introduce you to my mom.
Sure,
And
why
you
not?
can come, and we're gonna give you good food. Cause that mayor, he was no good.
You had me at food, kid. Let's go, guys.
Okay, so the young kid Carp actually leads the party down south to Alderleaf Farm, and it so happens that Castanar, you a little bit earlier than this, you already went down to Alderleaf Farm. Okay, you know where it is, and you've been directed to that area. And you have been, as you walk down, you see a very well-kept farm. It's growing several crops, including corn and pumpkins, and it's harvest season. So you see a big bounty that's been growing. You see that there is a small halfling woman plowing the fields. Actually, no, it's harvest season. She won't be plowing. She's picking stuff. She's picking corn into a basket. And she turns around to see you, and she gives you a greeting, and she says, "Well met."
Greetings, mistress. I seek the mistress of the house, Quinlane.
Well, that would be me. I'm Quaileen.
Quaileen?
And who may I be speaking to?
My name is Castanar, traveler in the area, seeking what I believe might be a mutual acquaintance. Well, what I hope will be a mutual acquaintance.
Aye. And she looks at you inquisitively.
His name is Radolf, from Neverwinter Wood.
And you see a surprise on her face, and then you see that she smiles. Radolf! Oh, so you know Radolf. Have you seen him?
Well, I actually am seeking him out. I don't know him. My mentor, of the Ranger of the High Wood, sent me to seek him out on a matter of personal matter.
Well, Radolf is a friend of mine, and we've been friends for a long, long time. Ever since he saved me from a pack of hungry wolves when I was passing through the Neverwinter Wood, and I would always go up there and visit him once a season. But he's been gone for a good 4 months, and I haven't heard from him. I've been writing him letters, but he hasn't returned any letters. I was like, I do hope he's all right.
Unfortunately, I cannot confirm that. I went up to the Neverwinter Wood seeking him out, and being familiar with the woods myself, I spent some time there, and there was no sign of him. However, being a druid, it is very possible that he is meeting one of those secret circles for a period of time.
And then as you talk about it, and she puts her mouth over her face, and she says, "Oh, I hope he didn't go to Thunder Tree."
Thunder Tree?
And then she
Can I
says,
make a knowledge check on that?
"You can make a history check on the name Thunder Tree."
History, there we go.
With a 15, you've heard the name Thunder Tree before. It is a name of a town that used to exist and no longer exists. It was said to have been destroyed by a large volcano. And there is, a lot of superstition around this town after it was destroyed by the volcano. Like there's ghosts and things that haunt the town from all the people who were killed in the town when the volcano destroyed it. You know that it is in the region that you're in, probably somewhere that you can reach. You don't know the exact location of it, and that's as far as you know from that history check.
Relative to Neverwinter Wood?
Relative to it's close to Neverwinter.
Okay.
Actually, it's right here on the map.
And well, yes, but you don't know exactly that's there, but you've heard of it being in the region, And then Quaileen says, well, if you're a friend of Raydog, please, you're a friend of mine. Why don't you come into my home?
Why, thank you.
You know,
I'd be honored.
I've just been making dinner, and you are free to come into my home and enjoy some dinner.
Perhaps I might give you a hand with your harvester.
Oh, that would be wonderful. And she directs you to go to her little home. It's like a little den that's, you know, like a hobbit style built into the hill. And as you guys enter, she says, now where's that little brat boy of mine? And she goes outside, she says, Carp! And I'm gonna go back to the rest of the party. As Carp has been leading you down the road, you hear a woman's voice screaming Carp, and then Carp says, that's me, Ma! And he starts running. He's like, come on! And he leads you guys to the home.
I'm strutting down the pathway, twiddling my staff as we go. Yes, I'm a big show off. Okay.
And Carp, when you were doing that before, Carp was amazed. He's like, you have to teach me how to do that.
Some staff twiddling? Sure, why not?
Like, that staff is longer than I am.
Well, it'd have to be. I'm an elf. I need something long and tall and hard.
Excuse me.
That was quotable. Anyway.
Sorry, when you started talking about staffs, I had no choice.
Okay, so Castor, as Quaileen invites you into her home, you sit down. She starts serving you some food. A lot of this food is just taken directly off the farm, and she instructs you to eat first, and then you'll talk later. And you've been there for a good 10 minutes when Carp, her son, busts in through the door. He's a little halfling child. He's like, "Look, dinner's ready, Ma. I brought some guests." And Quaileen says, "Oh?" And he says, they kicked the harbor master. They kicked the mayor's ass. And she says, "Don't use that language." And she kind of smacks him on the back of the head. She's like, "Don't use that language. Now go and clean up." And Carp runs off to clean up. And the rest of you walk into the house, and you see Castanar and you see Quaileen. They're enjoying dinner. Quaileen gets up and says, "Oh, well, good to meet you. My name's Quaileen Alderleaf."
The pleasure is all mine. Schmiggle and
no.
You beat up the mayor? Well,
You
why
beat up
would
the mayor?
someone go about and do that?
We kind of, you could say we set the town free, kind of.
Well, the town will never be free as long as those Redbrands are around, I can tell you that.
Yeah, we'll get around to that. But anyways, we made the mayor just run away, so that's one problem we got with you guys. It
How
started.
is the mayor running away? I'm confused.
Yeah, I'm amazed too. I mean, he's
Go
so
kick
fat,
his
I didn't
ass.
expect him to be able to run.
Yeah, you guys don't have no idea where the mayor ran off to. I mean, but he's been shamed beyond belief, and he probably will not be coming back.
Either that or he's in league with the Redbrands and he just went to...
Well, yeah, you don't know. He could be in league with the Redbrands and went to Lord Glassstaff. So
That's
We'll see him again.
my comment, yeah. So, since that had come out, that's my comment. You might just have started a war before the battlefield was set.
Oh,
Well,
well, the
wasn't that our
doctor started
goal?
that first off.
So, Quaileen invites everybody to sit down and serves everybody food. And as the rest of you start eating, she starts talking to Castanar. And she says, I think I know where Rydolph went. I think he went to Thunder Tree. I don't know if you've ever heard of this place.
I've heard some stories about it. A village, a city destroyed, and
He said, yes. This is a bad place. And she says, a couple of 100 years ago, it used to be a big trading town, and there was a big tree. It was a magical tree, and it blessed the town. And the town prospered, and they say the tree was the tree of Saloon herself. the moon goddess. And then she does a little like, holy symbol kind of thing. And then she says, but then one day, so a dark, they say that a dark dragon came to Thunder Tree, and he was jealous of all the money the Thunder Tree was making. It was such a prosperous town. He wanted it for himself, and he was angry, and he wanted to destroy the town. And he went in. It was a red dragon, and he went into the volcano, and he breathed fire into the volcano and activated the volcano and exploded, and it destroyed the whole town, covered the town completely in lava. Everyone was wiped out instantly. And he says, and the tree, the magical tree dedicated to Saloon was cut down and destroyed. And the magic released from that tree cursed the town forever. And the town is haunted by the ghosts of the villages in that town.
Ghosts?
Well, ghosts.
As in...
Spirits. That's what they say. That town is full of evil spirits. And it's a bad, bad place. And the reason I think Rydoth went there is that he's been talking about it for years. Every time I go and speak to him, he says, well, one day I'm going to go down to Thunder Tree and I'm going to cleanse that place. One day I'm going to go down there and I'm going to reconnect that place with nature. Right now that place is a dark, evil place. And that's all he ever talks about. And I thought I just entertained him. I thought he was just talking and he's just, making conversation. I never thought he'd really go down there, but that's probably why he's been missing for months. I bet you he went down there.
Tell me, is this place magical?
Well, sure, it sure is. Dark, bad magic.
But how much of it was destroyed? Since it was a magical town, is there anything that actually remains of it, or?
I don't know. I've never been there.
The stories that I've heard
nobody's ever
that it was leveled.
Yeah, nobody I know has ever been there, and Rydoth himself has never even been there, and that's why I think he went there. I think that it's so close to his home that he wants to cleanse that place, and that's why he went down there. But I really hope something bad didn't happen to him. He's a good friend of mine, and he's a damn good druid, and he keeps Neverwinter Wood pristine. And I love visiting the wood.
Of all the forests that I've ever heard, I've never heard of one other than Neverwinter that has not had any problems with evildoers.
Well, yes, but Rydoth, he always keeps them out.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
And he does such a wonderful job. It would be a shame, and it would hurt me badly if anything bad were to happen to him.
That worries me. We were attacked on our way here, and that was just on the borders of Neverwinter.
And he's been
attacked by
gone
what?
for months.
They were goblins.
Oh, those foul creatures.
They had and there was a nest of them. We took care of them, but if the forest was supposed to be protected, something must have definitely happened to this Rydoth you speak of.
Oh, I hope not. I hope
Rydoth
not. Well, could you check the area for me? I mean, you don't have to go into Thunder Tree itself. Probably not a good place to visit, but could you maybe look around the area, see if he's been there?
I will certainly
whenever
find
you
him.
have the chance.
I will certainly find him for more reasons than just the sake of your friendship.
It's not a rush. He's been gone for months, so whenever you can get around to it or you have the chance, please go and give him help if he needs it.
I will certainly.
And he says,
I endeavor to find him.
Alright.
Okay, she says, well, anyway, please enjoy your meal. If you need any more food, I know that these halfling portions are probably not enough for you.
Don't worry, we're elves. We don't eat very much anyways.
Okay.
It's them dwarves you gotta be careful about.
She says, if you'd like any more food, please feel free to ask. And she's like, well, anyway, what are you doing what are you up to in town?
Oh, we're just beating up some militiamen.
The Redbrand?
We're holding a candidacy for mayor.
She's like, "Oh, so you're gonna fight the Redbrands?"
By
Yes,
the way,
ma'am.
would you like to be mayor?
No,
The spot's recently vacant.
I wanna be
well,
mayor?
worth a shot.
We are looking for a mayor.
it's
A new
a
mayor.
terrible job. You know, you have to listen to people complaining day and night, day in and day out. You have to answer to the Lord's Alliance of Neverwinter. I don't want to do that.
What
Oh,
is this Lord's Alliance?
Oh, it's common knowledge. The Lord's Alliance is sort of the military, like the high-ranking military in the town of Neverwinter. It's not like any secret. It's just a common knowledge. In all areas that are protectorates or in the region protected by Neverwinter, generally answer to the Lord's Alliance. Sort of like it's like a feudal serfdom system. So Phandelver itself is sort of a town that does serve Neverwinter in some respects, does pay taxes to Neverwinter, and in return Neverwinter protects the High Road. And if there's actually anything requiring a real military, Neverwinter would be the one to come down and intervene. And to the south is Waterdeep, and the Waterdeep also has the same kind of system, like the feudal medieval system.
Wow.
It sounds to me
So-
like Neverwinter should be contacted.
Yep. But the mayor was.
Well, that
He's-
would. Well, if we don't have a mayor anymore, I don't know who it would be to contact them.
I think I have an idea. The perfect candidate for the mayorism.
And then all of a sudden you hear from the upstairs as the little child Carp comes down. He says, I know how you guys can destroy all the Redbrands. I know a secret."
Oh yeah?
And Quailing's like, don't
Oh, yeah?
put stupid ideas in their head. Carp's like, "But no, Ma, I really know. I know the secret to the Redbrands."
And what is that, young
Quailing just
master?
rolls her eyes. He's like, "The boy's just got crazy notions in his head. He spends too much time with his friend." And then Carp comes down. He says, "There's a secret entrance to the Redbrand hideout. I've seen it myself."
Oh, and where would this entrance be?
He says, "Inside the forest, in the south of the manor, there's a little area that me and my friends we used to play, and it's a little cave, a tunnel that goes underground and ends up in the castle. And you know what? I saw the Redbrands going in that hole. So I'm sure that's a secret entrance to their lair. And you can go in there and you can surprise all of them. And I'm sure you'll be able to take care of them all."
That could
And then
work.
Quailing says, "Don't listen to him. He's just..." "No, I'll show you," Carp says. Quailing says, "You're not going to show them anything until you finish your chores."
That's
Most-
a good boy.
Did you know that the
Well-
Redbrands had taken hostages
Quailing says,
recently?
"Well, yeah, there's rumors that the woodcarvers, disappeared, but we always thought that they just moved out of town. But there's some rumors that they're captured." And then Carp says, "No, they were captured. I know because I'm friends with the woodcarver's son. He's my best friend, and he would have told me if they're moving out of town. I think that they were captured." He's like, "I'm gonna show you guys. I'm gonna show you how to get into the Redbrands and just wipe them out." He's like, "I'm gonna be strong just like you, and I'm gonna come with you, and we're gonna fight them together." And Quailing says, "No, you won't.
No.
You are not going with them."
Could you
Schmigel
describe where this
kneels-
place is? I am familiar with many aspects of the forests, and
So-
if
Carp tells you that there is a big oak tree in the middle of the forest. Underneath the oak tree, it's well hidden, but there is some branches that kind of hide an opening. And you can lift the branches, and underneath that is a tunnel that goes underneath the roots of the oak tree. The tunnel opens to a cave system, and the cave system, if you continue down, he says, goes directly to the secret hideout of the Redbrands.
okay, give me I can't see it on the map. Can you give me a rough idea of what the scale on this village map is,
I would say,
or at least the forest area?
I would say he describes it as somewhere in this area. He says it's the biggest oak tree, you can't miss it. So he says, describes it here, and he says that you go in from here to here. And what he describes is maybe a good 70 to 100 feet of tunnels, of a straight tunnel that goes to the secret hideout. He says that it's not, he says that this is their secret way in and out. He says if you go into that mansion, they're gonna jump you. But if you go underneath, they won't even know you're coming. All thanks to me, Carp. They're gonna call me Carp the Great. Carp the Conqueror. Carp the Devastator. And Quaileen says, shut up.
I like him.
What do you guys think?
I think it bears checking out.
Definitely.
But first, I gotta make a trip over to.
And
old friend
why
of
we
mine.
may not find a soldier or a villager who want to stand up against the Redbrand themselves.
Well,
we can...
as what you can tell from your little big scene that you made in the middle of town, the villagers don't look like they would be easy to rally.
No.
Yeah.
Well,
we can try to enlist some help to destruct the Redbrand.
Especially because you're not really known in the village, so they would not be so quick to just go under your banner and go and storm the castle with you.
well, I've got a plan to.
But if you wanted to try, I'm more than happy to accommodate that.
I've got an idea, guys.
Your idea is about going to Neverwinter and ask Law, whatever his name is, to come down here and smite them on. Then your idea is about the same as mine.
Not yet.
Yes, if you that's one idea that you can have is if you want to go all the way over back to Neverwinter, which is where you came from in the first place, and file a complaint and try to get some Neverwinter militia down here. That's something you could do, but you have to remember, you guys, the original reason you came down here is to try to figure out what's going on with your employer.
Well, I've got a plan too, but I'll wait for Felix to finish up and.
No, here, you go ahead first. Mine's I think mine could work, but I'll see what yours is first. They might work together.
Well, first, Schmiggel's gonna go over to the Eldermath orchard and he's gonna talk with Eldermath.
Schmiggel, you weren't there before, were you?
Yes, but here's the thing. Schmiggel's a soldier, or he was a high-ranking military. So he would know somebody who was of high ranking going down to a little town in the middle of butt-the-fuck nowhere.
Okay.
So he figured...
Okay, so maybe Schmiggel has heard of him. At least the way that the monk has described him to you, you think that you can probably go and talk to him. Alright, so you go over to the Aldermath Orchard.
So I just walk over to the house and I say, I heard of the brother of
once again,
Gauntlets.
he's sitting, smoking his pipe on his chair.
I heard a brother of the Gauntlets had settled up shop down in this little town.
Oh, well, yes, you've heard of the Order of the Gauntlet, have you not?
I'm a military man myself.
And he gives you a military salute.
I salute back. Thank you, sir. But there is a matter I'd like to speak with you a bit about.
How can I help you, sir?
Schmiggel sits down next to him, like, on the porch or wherever.
Yeah, there's a chair that you can sit down on.
Well, have you heard about the mayor that's been in the town, kind of doing not so big a job?
Yeah. Yeah, I know that fool. Arbin. Yeah, I heard a bunch of strangers came into town and threw him out of his house. Well, it serves him right.
That stranger was me.
Oh, well, I have to thank you. That man needed to be removed.
Thank me later, because I got something to ask you.
Sure.
I was wondering if you'd be willing to candidate for mayor.
Me? Mayor?
Of
Like,
course.
I don't know the first thing about mayoring.
Aye, but you're a high-ranking general, from what I hear.
Well, I was, but that was decades ago.
Yes, but you know how to organize men, women. You know how to organize a union.
Well, I kind of like my retirement. Shimeko, you may roll a persuasion on him.
If this works.
This work.
Persuasion. Farmers. Persuasion. There we go.
Oh!
Oh God!
Oh,
I'm ready
God.
to do this. Goes in and puts on his armor. No, I'm just kidding. He says, you know, that's a great idea, but to train, if you're talking about training these townfolk to fight armed militia like the Redbrands, it's gonna take weeks, and I don't know how these Redbrands are gonna take it if they see me teaching these country bumpkins to use a
No, I
longsword.
don't mean about teaching the
Yeah.
local folk how to be a militia. Let the people be what the people be. I'm just saying.
But
They
the
need
problem is, I would, you know what? I think it's my duty as an Order of the Gauntlet to do something about this town. And now that you've taken care of the mayor, I'm ready to step up and be a mayor myself. It's just that I don't know the first thing about these politics.
Well, I'm sure in a couple weeks you'll get a call from the people in head office in Ravenloft. And they'll tell you who's in charge.
Ravenloft? Count Strahd? No, I'm just kidding.
Actually, yeah, Ravenloft took over the whole Sword Coast recently.
Really?
Under martial law.
So what was the big head honcho place?
Neverwinter.
Neverwinter. I remember that.
And,
I'm
and
sure
he
the
says-
people in Neverwinter will come
He
down.
says, well, but if I take up the mayor's spot, what do I do about these Redbrands? You know, I certainly can't fight them myself. I'm not going to be pushed around, I can tell you that, but I don't know how am I going to handle this. How do I stop these people from harassing the villagers? There's so many of them.
Well, me and my compatriots of ours have gotten a little plan set together.
Oh, really? What are you going to plan to do?
Well, we have recently found a little hideaway into their home.
Oh,
Thinking about spooking them inside out.
a flank. That's perfect. He says,
Now-
tell you what, dwarf, you take care of these Redbrands and I will take over this town and I'm going to turn it into a proper, good town that will be proud. That will make the Order of the Gauntlet proud. And
That's all that I ask you, sir. And it's
and
all
he,
that.
she says, I don't know much about mayoring, but I can learn.
You're a good man and a good general.
He pats you on the back and he goes inside and starts dusting off some of his weapons and his armor.
Schmigel walks back down to the elderly leaf farm. Well, I figured out the mail problem.
Yeah? Well, I have a plan on how we're gonna get these Redbrands taken care of.
Good. I'd like to hear about it.
Okay. One, there's the thing that's making us hesitate the most is the fact that there could be hostages in there. So we have to get them out. We have to make them our priority first. You guys agree?
Okay.
If there's hostages, then it'll definitely be a high priority.
Sir, we can't hear you.
What?
He said
Sorry.
Okay.
I thought the primary issue, although I agree the hostages are a consideration, is sheer numbers that we're facing.
That too. I was thinking, we might be able to turn some of them against each other. If we can make the assumption that not all of them are here at once, so a total of 24 would probably be closer to about 12 in town. We know that their main place of hanging out is the Sleeping Giant, so I would assume that there'd be a few of them there. So
There's a giant here?
No, it's another inn.
Yeah, it's a tap house called the Sleeping Giant Tap House.
Ah, these
So-
strange names.
So that means the number of them in the mansion won't be the full 12. If we can find out how many of them are probably in the sleeping giant, we can take care of them first. We can either convince them to join us.
Wait. I
Yeah.
had an idea.
Yeah. Shoot.
I am wondering if they all know each other or they identify each other just by the chat. Because
It's a small group. They probably all know each other. If it was
well-
a full actual army, we could probably get away with that. But since it's just a small town, everybody knows each other already. It'd be a real risk, especially for dwarves and elves who stand out in a human town. But yeah.
Does
Yeah,
anybody
drop that
know
idea.
anything about patrol patterns? How many go out on patrol at a time, or anything like that here in town?
They did not ask the prisoner.
But
But
well,
the
I'm
prisoner
asking.
did. Yeah, the prisoner did inform them that about half of them are always out at about the same time at any given time to patrol the town. He says there are about 24 in total. So
Yeah, I thought you meant the countryside around town. There was about half of them were out there, and the other
half of
were
them
in town.
are somewhere out there patrolling. So at least about half of the Redbrand would be in town, either in their hideout or somewhere in town at any given time.
Okay.
And what is their patrol area? What type of region are we talking about them
Oh, they
patrolling?
patrol.
Any idea?
There is a road called the Tribor Trail, and as you can see on the map, it's a road that goes south to Phandelver. That Tribor Trail is somewhat dangerous. There's often bandits and monsters that hang out there, and their primary objective is to keep that road safe. In addition to that, they patrol the countryside around Phandelver to make sure that no monsters come around there.
So we're talking about 5-mile radius, 10-mile radius. I'm just wondering if an alarm were sounded at this hideout of theirs.
This is a lot more than 5-mile radius. It's
Okay.
like it goes for like a good 60 miles or so, the entire trail. And it's even if the bell were rung or something like that, but the ones out patrolling probably wouldn't hear it.
Okay,
Okay. So
that was my concern.
I was thinking the ones outside the mansion, if we could either convince them to join us and defeat the glass staff, which some of them probably don't like, because since he came in and did basically a coup for their whole organization, there could be some who want to stand up to him. Otherwise, we can take care of them in small groups. Then, if we prevent word from getting out to the mansion, we can also sneak in and rescue the hostages when there's a lot smaller number in there.
Actually, I would prefer we not kill them all because after we check our
One thing.
we need them.
I think what he's kind of pointing out is that if you kill all the Redbrands, then the town no longer has a militia.
Yeah, that's why I want to convince some of them to join us.
Even though the Redbrands are being very criminal, they are still doing the job that's intended for them, which is to protect the town from outside, like, orcs and goblins and all the monsters on the outside that could come and harass the town. They are still standing up to those monsters.
Okay, let me get this straight, since I've missed out on part of this tale.
Mm-hmm.
They are the original militia, but they've recently been overthrown, or their
More or
leader
less, yeah.
was overthrown.
Their leader was overthrown.
Was
And-
obliterated.
Since that happened, they have become more of a criminal organization.
Yeah.
Yep.
So as far as you know, that they previously had a leader, and they had a contract with the town to protect the town as a local militia, mercenary group and local militia. And they were doing their job for many years just fine.
Honorably.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're kind of rough people, they're not exactly very respectful, honorable soldiers, but they have not been doing anything criminal.
They did honor their. Yeah, right.
Yeah, they
okay.
wouldn't be extorting the
Non-criminal.
town.
Okay.
Until a couple of months ago, when this guy named the Glass Staff showed up seemingly out of nowhere, killed their leader, and assumed the leadership role himself. And given that he was so powerful, nobody wanted to challenge him, and they just obeyed him. And once he became the leader, he okayed all criminal activity. He says, go out, milk the town. Go out, beat people up, harass them, charge extra tariffs, get me as much gold as possible. I don't care how you do it,
our
you
target
do it.
should be this Glass Staff.
Ultimately, yes.
Does he even eat? I mean, we can just try to poison him.
Are we able to draw out the soldiers from the mansion somehow so that we can isolate the wizard and sneak in and confront
Wizard?
him alone?
Well, you do know that
Yeah.
he has powerful
He can-
magic.
He can get fireball.
Well,
Yeah,
you don't know,
apparently
you
it's
don't know
fireball.
if it was a fireball, but he did describe it as he singed a
So
whole
it's
bunch
either
of people
fireball
who
or
tried to
more
fight him.
likely burning hands.
Could be burning
Yeah.
hands, it could be fireball, could be flame strike, I don't know.
Meteor storm.
Meteor storm. I'm not telling you what spell he's casting. And of course, the Redbrand ruffian would not be sophisticated enough to describe it in a way that you can Arcana check and find out what spell he cast. But he also, it was also spoken that he has a powerful magical glass staff made of glass, hence his name, and that he has the power to disappear. That's probably an invisibility spell from what you can figure out, but he has the power to just zoop, vanish.
Okay, challenge
He
him
is
around.
described as a human male.
Human?
Yeah.
I think our best bet is to catch him off guard and gank him.
That would be an excellent idea.
So, because
We can try to snap him.
Is
His
there anybody in town? Have you come back from your mission from Elder Math?
Oh yeah, I'm back.
Could we get that this new mayor that you've set up to arrange a diversion at the top of the manor while we went in through? Well, first we have to find this secret entrance. Looking at Carp if he's still there with a smile.
Carp takes out a wooden sword. He's like, pow pow. When I find this, when I find the leader of the Red Staff, he's gonna have to watch out for my assassin's fate. Ah.
Smiggle smiles and he goes up to the little boy and he says, "Actually, little man, I have a very important mission for you. It could mean the life or death for the
He looks
entire
at you,
town."
his eyes are just all wide. Really?
You see, your mother is a very important person to this town. Without her, the whole town will dry up in a fast of desert. So I need you to hold your sword tight and protect your home with all you got.
Oh, really? He's like, I will protect my mother with my life. And he does some more wild swinging of his sword. And he's like,
Smiggle
I'm gonna
passes
need a
his
shield too. And he goes and he takes out the pot and he holds the pot up with his wooden sword. He's like, look at me, I am an eldritch knight. I know magical spells
it's starting
too.
to look like a real
And
warrior.
He goes pew pew pew.
when he tries to do that, I use precipitation to make illusionary flames pop out of his hands.
He's like, ah! He's like, Mom, look what I can do, and he runs off.
I hope that doesn't get him in trouble later. I think my first order of business should be to investigate this wood and see if I can find this secret entrance.
All right, you do that. We'll try and talk the new mayor into creating a diversion and how to synchronize it with ourselves.
Right.
All right. So, Schmigel, you lead the way. You know the mayor. Haas, would it be good if Haas went with a cast to make sure, or I don't know, where would Haas want to go?
I was going to say I'd probably be safer investigating the wood on my own.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so Kastner, when you get into the wood, I just need a survival check.
Okay.
I think we're using that as more like a search when you're in the woods. I'm substituting that as instead of investigation because it fits more because you're a ranger.
Okay, sounds good.
Oh, Kastner, right away you found this entrance. Just as described by Carp, it is a massive oak tree, and underneath the oak tree, it's very poorly hidden, in your opinion. You could probably do a lot better job hiding this. It looks like it was shoddily hidden, but there's like two kind of little bushes that they kind of draped over this oak tree. You remove the bushes, and there is a tunnel that any medium-sized creature, even large-sized creature, can probably fit through. It's about like 10-foot wide tunnel. Circular tunnel, and you look inside, and you can see 60 foot down the tunnel. There's a glimmer of light on the other end.
Okay.
So right away you found it.
I put the brush back in, and I look around for signs of passage. How frequently might this be used? Do they have anything that might be set up as a
Now you have a ranger
post?
tracking skill, right? So that
Yeah.
tells you what kind of monsters, how many of them, etc.
Yeah, when I'm in my favorite terrain, which is woodlands.
Which you are in.
Yep. Where's my? Let me read the. Oh, it's under class abilities, isn't it? Learn exact number, sizes, and how long ago passage was when tracking in my favorite terrain.
Okay, so you very clearly are able to decipher the tracks of this of the people coming through this. They all appear to be human or humanoid tracks. They are at various times, and you can see this place is pretty often frequented. You can see that pretty recently about 5 tracks lead outward. And counting the number of tracks that go in and out, you can probably decipher somewhere around 10 tracks of different people leaving at various times, coming in and out. So actually make an intelligence check for me, because there's a lot of tracks kind of going in and out. Just a standard intelligence.
How do I do that? Use the same button as the save button on
Not
the
the
character
save,
sheet?
unless not the save.
I don't.
There's
yeah, I'm looking
there's a
for
button next to intelligence. Your character
Good.
sheet.
Yeah, just go core stats.
Yeah,
And,
I'm on core stats.
No, go go to skills.
Skills.
Okay.
Go to
Okay.
the bottom of the skills, and it says unskilled,
Got
etc.
it. Got it.
check.
Okay.
Alright, let's see what you got. Alright, 10. So with a 10, you're not able to put together, because you see so many tracks going in and out, you're not able to put together exactly how many people are still in there.
Okay.
I would, if you scored higher, I would have given you
Yep.
the exact number of people inside by deductive reasoning.
Okay. Is there by any chance signs of somebody's being taken against their will, like
Yes.
drug in
Yes.
feet? Okay.
Yes, you do see signs of struggle. This looks like something about maybe several days old.
Okay. So we got that.
Actually, you also see signs of struggle, very recent, probably done today. This is in addition to the other signs of struggle you see maybe a couple of days ago. So you're able to figure out there were prisoners taken a couple of days ago, and there was one prisoner taken in today, probably humanoid,
Okay.
How large?
medium size.
And the last thing I want to do is, I know if I had a entrance like this, I'd have a blind setup where if trouble developed, guard might be posted out in a area of brush or something like that. So I'm going to look around for something like that.
You don't. You don't even need to roll perception. With that survival check, you were completely checked out the area, and you do not see anybody there that's keeping guard.
I was just looking for something that
you don't
have
even
set up something.
You don't see any post or any evidence that somebody was keeping watch here.
Okay. Okay, with that, I will.
It's very clear to you that the Redbrands that use this trail are confident that nobody knows about this, so they wouldn't be posting a watch.
Okay. With that, I will carefully erase any signs of passage I might have left, put the brushes back and whatnot, and head back toward the town.
Perfect. Whoops. Okay. All right. Other people, what are you guys up to?
Okay. I guess we follow Schmigel back to see the new mayor.
You see that Elmar has kind of gotten into the town hall. He's looking at all these ledgers, like, oh, what am I supposed to do with this? It's like, I'm not even sure I can even read this. He's like, half of these are written in Elven. I don't get this.
I start translating for him.
He says, and you translate, and this is all really dry stuff. It's like, oh well, 14% tax gone on with 15% deductible, etc., etc. Like you translate, but you have no idea what it means. It's all like political, gubernatorial stuff. He's like, it's gonna take me quite some time to figure out what all this stuff means. But, this is a job of a mayor, I guess. I gotta figure this out. And
You might want to enlist the help of that priestess. She's an elf. She'd probably be able to read this for you. Or at least teach you how to read some Elven.
Or at least find a good scribe.
He says, when I get everything together, I guess I'll go figure it out. He says, you're gonna give me a couple of days to figure this out. I've never done this before, and this is completely new to me. And he says, the first thing I'm going to do, of course, is I'm going to write a letter straight to Neverwinter and tell him what's happened here. And I'm going to be completely honest, and I'm going to tell him that our town is besieged by a gang. And you see him start writing. And can you, everybody there, roll an intelligence check?
Oh god.
Untrained intelligence, or?
Untrained standard intelligence check.
Okay.
Doctor? Oh,
okay. So, Doctor, you're pretty intelligent enough to know that the way this guy is writing the letter does not sound professional and doesn't make him sound like a mayor. He's sort of a warrior, and he's not very eloquent.
I start helping him reword his letter a little bit.
His grammar is like terrible.
I just passed it over here, and I just write it for him instead. I don't have the patience.
Oh, well, thank you. I'm not really good at this stuff. I'll learn as best I can. But,
you'll
it'll
pick
take
it up,
me some time.
All you have to do is learn to be extravagant in your wording.
He says, yeah, well, as the life of a soldier, they don't teach you to fluff anything up.
Just remember, the more syllables per word, the better.
And he says, well, and he goes over and he gets a dictionary. He says, okay, let's do this.
Don't worry, sir, you'll learn fast.
So he's busy writing his letter to Neverwinter.
Okay. And Smiggle, would you mind bringing up the issue while we're here?
Yes. Well, sir, if you wouldn't mind your first movement of being mayor, we would like to discuss a strategic movement to get the Redbrand attention from whence we can flank them from.
And he says, now that's what I want to hear. What's our strategy?
Well, Doctor, if you would mind filling them in.
Okay. We have Smiggle probably explained that we found a tunnel that will lead underneath the mansion
Yes, you
and
told
have
me
us
about
come
that.
out right inside their
Mm-hmm.
hideout. Anyways, we were planning on sneaking in there, but because there's probably a decent-sized group of Redbrands in there, possibly more than we can handle, plus the glass staff himself, we'd be at a serious disadvantage. We were wondering if we could ask your help to create a diversion that'll maybe dry out some of the Redbrands.
Now that's good
doesn't
battle tactics.
It doesn't have to actually involve fighting them once they're out. It just needs to be to get them out of the house so we can sneak up and take the glass staff out quickly.
And he says, well, you know, the only thing these ruffians care about is money. And if somebody were not to pay their little fees, they would just come over and try to gang up on whoever it is. And we can arrange it easily where I'll talk to my friends in town. One of these merchants are just going to refuse to pay their fee. They're going to come over, gang up, and they're going to roughhouse. But they're more bark than bite, and I can handle them. That'll draw a lot of them out. It'll probably clear out their hideout.
Perfect.
He says, when do you want me to do this?
The best time to probably attack them. Apparently, the glass staff can disappear. We'd want to do this where that would be the least. We'd probably want to do it during the day, because
he says, "You just tell me when, and I'll have it done. I'll have half those guys out of their hideout."
What time is it now?
Right now, it is getting towards evening time. You guys spent a long day hanging out at the Alderley Farm, so let's say it's around 4 p.m.
What do you guys think? Should we strike him tonight, or should we do it dawn?
I was thinking about that sleeping giants, and perhaps we should pay them a visit.
You mean stir up some more trouble?
Oh, just a little.
I like how you can read my mind. Maybe we should get Canister to join us in for this one.
He says, thin their numbers. I like the idea of that. But
Yeah.
he says you gotta watch out though. You don't, if you start a fight in a sleeping giant inn, I don't know if more of them are gonna come out of that hideout.
We should keep this non-lethal. If it comes to scraps, we'll have to retreat. What do you guys think?
Yay. Just pay the sleeping giant a visit. I think we will need to wait for that monk to
Here, how about you guys?
finish his hangover.
No, we don't need to wait for him.
He's out for a couple of days.
Here, you guys go on ahead. Start.
Like I said, I'm not playing him, so he's not waking up.
How about you dwarves head on to this sleeping giant inn? I'll go get Canister and we'll join, and then we'll meet up with you. If anything happens, we'll be right there to back you up when it counts. But try to dig out information, maybe to see how if they actually resent the glass stuff, or how close they feel about it. Any information you can get to the layout of the manor too would be good.
All right, you guys.
And
so Haas and Schmigel, you're heading over to the sleeping giant. The
And
sleeping giant house.
we can try to wear the red shirts.
It's just gonna be me and Haas?
I'm gonna go get Canister and tell him what's happening.
Okay. So,
Wear the red shirts.
so you and Haas go over to the sleeping giant. This looks like a rundown kind of place. It's a.
Well, if you guys are scared, then I guess I could go too. But if you guys,
you see the door doesn't even close all the way. The shingle's kind of broken on it. Some of the shingles on the roof are falling down. One of the windows is clearly broken. And you look inside, and there is a female dwarf, and she's walking around, and it's clear that she's serving some people, 3 people who are sitting down, and all 3 of them have a sash on. They don't notice you at first when you walk in.
Are those the only 3 people there?
The only 3 people in there right now that you can see.
Okay.
So the female dwarf,
Yes.
she kind of turns around you. She wipes her apron, and she looks at you. She sees 2 other dwarves, and she says to you in Dwarven, "Oh, well, welcome to my establishment. What can I get you?"
I speak back in Dwarvish. Aye, thank you, dearie. Oh, just looking for a little place to hidey hole while we're just passing through town. Tell me, would you like some help with it? It seems you got your hands full with a couple of, and Schmigel comes up with a horrible word for ugly humans.
Okay. She says to you in Dwarven, she says, well, what's a girl to do? These men run the town. I just gotta make me copper however I can.
Oh, I don't think you have to worry for too long, dearie. We're having a little plan.
They do keep me in business. They drink like fish.
Don't spill the beans.
Oh.
We're speaking in Dwarvish.
Yeah, so and then one of these Redbrands turns around and looks at the two of you conversing, and then he kind of gives you a sneer and goes back to his drinking.
I come back to comment. Anyways, would you kindly help us up with a couple pints off and to start off?
Well, surely. If you got the gold, I got the brew. And she goes back. She motions for you to sit down at a table far away from the Redbrands, and she comes back and gives you a big pint.
Now, just taking a look around in the bar.
That'll be 10 silver. You look around and it's pretty cleared out. There's nobody here except for those three Redbrands sitting there drinking.
Is there any like back rooms or kitchen or on upstairs?
You do see a room that kind of goes to the back area, but there's no upstairs.
Okay.
This is just like a watering hole. It's not a full inn.
Hey. So I hand her the 10 silver and I say, I thank you, dear, you're a saint.
And she says, well, what's a bunch of fine dwarves like yourselves doing here in Phandelver?
Oh, you know, our employer came in a couple whiles ago. We're trying to find him somewhere.
Ah, you're talking about Gundarin.
Aye! Have you heard of him?
I know Gundarin. He's me friend. I haven't seen him in months though.
I know! I've been looking him all over town for him.
I know.
Well, I do wish he'd come back more often. We talk about the old days all the time. You know what? You know, he told me something. He told me something just a couple of months ago when I last saw him. He said he was on to something big. He was on to the find of his lifetime, he told me. Aye.
Really?
Aye. He says he found a treasure that has been sought after for hundreds of years. Something that will bring fortune and fame to the dwarven people. I think he's full of himself, but, you know, take it for the trail. He's found something though, because he's been saving up all his money for mining equipment. He's found something that, to mine, I think he's found a gold mine, if you ask me. He won't share it with any of us.
Bless his little soul, though. He'll be working his heart off in whatever plan he has.
Oh, I should really ask my aunt. She might know something.
Because Gundarin's always talking about all the ancient histories and powerful forages in the past. And powerful forages that build magical items. He's got his head full of the fairies, I tell you.
Aye.
But I think he's found something, and he's probably there mining it right now. Getting rich.
Now Schmigel's debating whether to tell her about him. He's kind of got like a little bit of a remorse look as he's sipping his ale.
She says, you know, it's always nice to see a friendly dwarf around. What's your name?
Schmigel Ironbelly.
Oh.
Hostile.
And she says, it's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Grista.
Oh, what a lovely name.
And she kind of goes over, looks at it, she's like, I like the axe. He gives you a wink and walks back to the bar.
The ox always gets them, doesn't it?
Smeagol, please. I didn't have enough sleep last night. Don't make noise tonight.
The Redbrands, you see that the 3 Redbrands finish their drinks. They kind of look over at you again. They give you a sneer, but they don't say anything to you. And you see that they're heading out of the tap house.
I kind of cough loudly and I say,
They don't look like they're coming over to you though.
"Excuse me, red boys."
And then they all 3 of them turn around at once, and they got these mean looks on their faces. Yes.
Would you mind listening to a poor dwarf and his little business proposition for your gang?
Gang? You calling us a
Aye!
gang?
No, I'm
And
calling me a gang.
Oh, okay. And he comes over, he's like, yeah, well, what's this about, dwarf?
Smeagol's tough enough to be his own gang.
That's enough prop to be our own gang.
Well, me and me old friend over here, we've been thinking. It's kind of a little bit short to have only 4 people on us. So we figured we might expand the group a little bit. Seeing about some fresh blood.
And why would we be interested in something like that?
I've heard stories about your current employer. The kind of like who disappear every once in a while and start lighting people on fire.
He immediately takes out his sword and puts it up to you, and he says, "Be careful what you say. You know,
Careful what you point.
You're in Redbrand territory."
And I push the sword away from him. Be careful who you point.
Are you intimidating him?
Yes.
Okay, let's roll an intimidation here.
Could we also get a check at some point where me and Canister are at? 'Cause,
Oh yes, we're gonna go back there. Where are you guys going? You're going back to...
I went to get him and then hopefully rush back to the Sleeping Giant Inn before they did anything stupid.
Okay, what I'm gonna say is that the 2 of you were able to go back. You were able to go get Castaner, and the 2 of you are able to get back into the Sleeping Giant right as you see this guy pulling a sword on Schmigel. Let me see. I'm sorry, he beat you. So he doesn't look like he's intimidated by you, and he just puts the sword back at you, pointing it at you. And he's like, "How do you know the name Glassstaff?"
From you little fellows that were at the bar we were at last night.
And he says, "Oh, so it was you." And he
I
says,
motion to
"Boys, we gotta fight." And the other 3 of them pull out. The other 2 of them pull out their swords.
Wait, Fox. I thought you guys was.
You were
I
looking
thought
for
you
a
guys-
fight. You got yourselves a fight.
Okay. Can I
Oh,
retake-
no.
Smeagol's not the diplomatic type, damn it!
No. Really?
Obviously.
Yeah, I
One
tried to
second.
negotiate
So
a bit
the 2
longer.
of you arrive at the Sleeping Giant just as you can see this fight's breaking out with Schmigel.
Can I try to negotiate a bit longer? Cause
Okay. Can we take just a quick second? I want to do a quick out of game thing. I want to ask people's opinion for something.
Sure.
For leveling up my wizard, I have the choice of doing different schools, but I'm stuck between 2 of them, and I want your opinion of what I should do.
Maybe you want to take care of that after the game, so we can
Well, because technically it's going to affect my fighting style, whether I blow allies to pieces too or not. It's because otherwise my stats are already done, but it just gives me an ability or not. It's because I have the choice of being a part of the objection school, which is protecting, so doctorish, or I can do the invoker school, which means if I use my powerful magic abilities, I don't necessarily hurt allies while I do that.
The sculpt spells ability is nice.
Yeah.
What was the first one? Abjuration.
Yeah, because
Well,
one I get
obviously
to do
a
shields.
fight's breaking out right now, so you don't have time to sit there and
No,
figure
I
out
want to
what
do.
your spells are.
I want to just ask you guys quickly before we actually did any fights, but or at least while John's saying stuff up. What do you guys think? Should I be more like actual what my character is and take the Abjunction School where I'd have shields and help
Abjuration
protect
school.
people? Or would you guys rather I not take the risk of actually hurting you guys with my own spells?
No,
Because-
go with keep with your character. The Abjuration has some
Okay.
very decent skills as well.
It can be very useful if I want to save someone's life, basically.
Mhm.
That's why I like it for my character.
Can we see
Okay.
some initiative?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Do we have? Okay, that's where we're. It's like I need to click my character. Okay, there we go.
Where's my initiative?
No.
Alright, here we go.
Oh, there we are.
Oh,
I am selected. Okay, and initiative. There we go.
Oh, I
No.
love the ease that you can run these games on like 4th edition. All right.
the ease.
Everybody in initiative?
Wait,
Yeah.
I didn't select my token. Where's my token?
Scroll.
It's right
scroll
next to
the
mine.
Main page down.
Alright.
Oh, everybody know where we're at?
There you go. Oh, good.
Okay, are we ready?
Yeah. Just so you know,
Ah.
I have 4 plus 3 temporary hit points for my shield, or a shield around me.
Did you cast
Or
it?
wood. Could we assume that was done at my long rest if I had taken the abjuration?
How long
before
does
that?
your shield last?
It's until I take a long rest. It's a temporary hit point thing. That's a pool of temporary hit points around me.
All right,
Basically.
that's fine. Just tell me you're casting these spells. But okay,
Okay,
you have the
yeah.
shield on.
Yeah, that would have technically been after my arrest.
Redbrand Ruffian is he's up first. He sees that this battle's underway. He takes out his sword and he runs at you, Hoss, making 2 attacks on you.
Oh dear.
9 and a 23.
The 23 hit.
That is only 3 piercing damage. Not too bad. Could have been worse. Could have been like
Yeah.
that one shot on Nimbex. Castanar, you're up. As you come into this tavern, you see that it's very clear that a fight has broken out. Schmigel is getting challenged by these 3 Redbrands that are ready to kind of jump on him. But you are coming behind them and they don't really see you.
Okay, first thing, quick perception check to make sure there's nothing else apparently hostile.
Okay.
Basically, a quick look around the tavern, make sure
Yeah, for
nobody
hidden-
else in
Hidden
there.
enemies.
Where's, oh, I gotta go to skills, don't I? There's that.
You do not detect any other hidden enemies in this area.
Okay, and unfortunately, I left my gear up in the room. I have my walking staff on me. I will use that as an improvised weapon.
Okay.
I assume. Let me see. Is this relatively?
You know what?
with it?
The fact that you are saying that you don't have your weapons, I'm giving you inspiration.
Okay,
That's good role playing.
I will go ahead and use
I don't
it,
give a lot of these out. Maybe at the most 2 per game. But the fact that you're willing to fight this fight without a weapon, you get inspiration. That's really good role playing. That you're willing to go ahead and take on these guys.
Okay, so he's within range for me to move in. Oh, I need to click on. I keep doing that. Move, and I will try to clock him across the head.
I am also going to give you advantage. They did not see you coming.
Okay. Well, in that case, I won't use the inspiration
you
since
don't
I
need
only
the
get
Yeah, you get advantage because they didn't notice that you came in through the door. They were so preoccupied with the dwarves.
Okay. I think I'm just going to do.
Well, this is a walking staff, so it's an improvised quarterstaff, so it's a strength modifier attack. So you attack with a d20 plus your strength mod plus proficiency, which is a hit.
Crit?
Not a crit. Wait a second.
I rolled a
that's a
20.
crit.
Why didn't it get green?
But I don't have an improvised weapon, so I just did the slash roll.
Oh, that's a crit then. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna roll 2 weapon dice and add your strength mod. So are you wielding this staff with both hands?
Yes.
Say yes.
Yes.
Oh, so it's a versatile weapon. You get d8 damage. So you're rolling 2d8 plus your strength mod. All right,
Okay,
you clock this. You clock this fool right in the back of his head,
Damn.
dealing 10 damage.
Damn.
And I quickly examined my staff and make sure it's not cracked. Something cracked. Hopefully it wasn't my staff.
No, it wasn't your staff.
Yeah.
No, being a ranger, you found a pretty solid piece of wood to use as a walking staff. So the staff itself didn't crack. Probably his head cracked. Okay, is that your turn?
Yep. I did a move and I did an attack. I don't know what I know I didn't use a full move, but I'm just going to stay there and take up.
Sure.
And
all the distances are to scale and approximate.
Okay.
So, you know,
So
I'm not gonna nitpick like there's 0.5 feet that you're not reaching, etc. Okay, so Schmegel, you're up.
All right. It's my movement. I'm gonna kick the table in front of this guy in front of me
Yeah.
and use my attack. Here. Where's me? There we are.
That's a hit. Undoubtedly.
5 damage.
Okay, you bring your axe to bear on this thug. He is badly injured. You swiped him with your axe right across the chest.
Okie doke, and I'm
And
going
you-
to use my what's it called?
Action surge.
Yep.
Okay.
And I use it on the guy right of him.
Listen, which guy are you talking about? The guy behind him?
No, the guy right next to him.
Okay.
Hurt. There we go.
Oh god.
Nice. You're on a roll.
5 damage.
5 damage. So you just honey badgered these two guys.
Bam! Bam!
I think that's
Nobody
your
messes
turn.
with Schmigel.
Unless you want to move.
No, I already used my movement.
move.
Okay. Hoss is up.
So that guy hit me. I'm gonna hit him back with my warhammer.
Okay.
Right.
17's a hit. You guys are rolling nice.
Right. Now then.
4 damage. You smack him right. You smack him right in in the chest with your warhammer, and it literally just kind of dents some of his that metal plate on his leather armor.
And I'm gonna use my bonus action
What,
to cast
bonus action to cast what?
Seal of Faith. I had 2 Seal of Faith and a Healing Word. So I'm gonna cast 1 Seal of Faith.
Seal of Fate.
Yeah.
Let me see what that is.
What? That is. Hang on.
It's a good thing I got my PHB tabbed. Shield of Faith, you mean?
Seal of Faith.
Shield of Faith. A shimmering field appears and surrounds a creature of your choice, and gets 2+ to AC for the duration of 10 minutes. and it requires concentration. So who are you casting it on?
So I think I'm gonna cast it on Smiggle.
Okay, you pray to Moradin for his guidance, and a magic light starts glowing around Schmigel.
I feel holy.
Yeah, don't dice on me.
Redbrand Ruffian's turn. Noticing that somebody just clocked him on the back of the head, he turns around and he's going to double sword attack Castanar. That is a 20 and a 5. I'm assuming the 5 misses.
Yep.
But the 20 hits you for 5 damage. Just grazing your knee.
Okay.
But it's bleeding pretty badly.
Alright, because Kastner is level 1.
Yes, I'm starting everybody at level 1, so it's gonna be. So this guy, he's gonna go toe to toe with Schmigel, swing his sword twice, but Schmigel's got that shield around him. 7 and a 12, I'm guessing. Bink, bink.
Wow.
What the fuck is this? Bink, bink. Doctor's up.
Okay, I'm gonna move myself down this way. And then I guess I'm gonna give Ray of Frost at the guy that just attacked Canister. Castanar, sorry.
Okay.
Let's see, spellbook.
It's a +5 first armor class. For D4 damage plus slow.
Let's see, where's Ray of Frost? There we go. And attack.
You got him. Roll damage.
Oh,
1 damage, but he is slow.
one damage.
You do freeze him down. You slow him down a little bit. You freeze him.
Okay, I'm getting my turn with that.
Okay. Redbrand Ruffian. He's still engaged with Hoss. He's going to attack Hoss. 13 and 23.
The 23 hit.
5 damage.
Is concentration broken?
It is. I think he has to roll a check for his to keep his concentration.
That is correct.
You have to roll. Is it a wisdom or a constitution check? I forgot.
I don't remember that off the top of my head. I'm looking it up.
Constitutions, I think.
A constitution check. Yeah, roll a constitution save. Because when somebody hits you and you have a spell that you're holding, you may lose that spell if you fail.
Yeah. Alright.
DC is 10 or half of the damage he took.
So half of 5?
No, it's 10, whichever is higher. 10 or half the damage you took. You're good. You're good. Also, even though he hit you pretty hard with his axe, you are able to keep your connection to Moradin and reinforce that shield around Schmigel.
Smiggle, smite him. Smite that fucker. Right now.
Castanar.
Okay, knowing that I've got some assistance here, I'm going to go ahead and use the dodge action, which means any attacks against me will be at disadvantage.
Okay.
I'm just going to try to keep his attention while they finish off the others.
Okay. That means you do not have any additional action this turn.
That's correct.
Okay. And that's it for your turn. Are you moving?
No.
I wouldn't. Schmigel.
No.
Whoa. Here comes the dwarven rage! So he sees that Haas is in trouble and losing blood fast. He's gonna go after this guy next as his target. Hey!
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Damn!
5 damage. This guy looks like he is beleaguered and severely injured.
I shout, come on, boy, come on! Alright, that'll end my turn.
Hoss is up.
I'm
The
hitting
guy
him
in
with
front
my
of you looks like he
warhammer.
is about to die.
Yeah, I'm hitting him with my warhammers again.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay, that's a hit.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Their armor class is 14. Okay, you end his existence with the powerful blow channeled by the divinity of Moradin. He's gone. You smack him right on the face. He flies backwards and lands on the floor, dead.
For Moradin, you fool.
I
Alright.
think Ray is really
That's
starting to
my
let the
turn.
paladin roll.
Cleric, paladin, same thing. You know.
Can I try to flank the guys who is engaging Smeagol?
There's no bonus for flanking.
Really?
Not in 5th
Alright.
edition. Some
Never
people
mind.
house rule it, but I've been experimenting with it in my other games. It just doesn't work.
Alright. Then I end my turn.
Okay. Redbrand's turn. Seeing that he turns around, he's like, "Oh my God, what's going on over here?" And he looks at Hoss, and he's like, "You just killed my friend." Ah! And he's gonna move out of your range, Castanar. So
Does
you
he
get
get
an
an
opportunity
him?
attack.
Okay, I was wondering if I got one when I was in a dodge mode.
You still have one.
Okay.
It doesn't
I'll go ahead.
consume your reaction. That's a hit.
Handy staff.
Nice.
Kill him with your staff as he turns around, trying to run. Because he's not paying attention to you, being upset. You kill him. Another crack on the head, and he just couldn't handle it. Last
Okay.
Redbrand. He is going to retreat now that his allies have fallen. So we get some opportunity attacks galore. Hoss, Schmigel, and Castanar, all opportunity attacks.
You only get one a turn, so.
Yo,
won't
I'm
get
sorry,
one.
you already took your reaction. So
Yep.
Hoss and Schmigel
Yep.
get opportunity attacks.
let's
Oh!
let's get this guy alive.
He's gonna
Oh, you
run
lost!
out of the inn.
I guess I should have stayed and blocked the door.
Hoss, roll a opportunity attack on him. 17 hits.
Alright. Non-lethal.
5 damage, unfortunately, is not enough to take him down. So he
Oh.
runs a good 60 feet, which is his speed, right out the doors of the inn. I will give everybody one turn to take him out before I say that he's gone. Doctor's up.
Okay. I guess I'm gonna run after him. And how far do I have to move from where I was?
You have a speed of what, 35 or 30?
Yeah.
So you got it.
Okay, so... But I was gonna go as close as I could, I guess. And then I guess I'll be just outside the door.
Mhm.
And I was gonna... I'm not technically right next to him, am I? Or
Let's say
did
you're
he go
not.
further?
Let's say you're not
Okay.
close enough to take to be 5 feet.
Okay. I'm gonna... Then I'll use my Rare Frost again. And...
You got him, and you slowed him.
Yay, 2 damage! I'm rolling so high for my damage.
Okay. That Redbrand is gone. Castanar's turn. This is like a repeat of the last fight.
Yeah.
Okay, that's 35 feet. If I measured it right. What do you go center?
I'm gonna say you have the speed to get to him.
I'm going to try to tackle him.
What is the mechanic for tackle?
I would probably use the grapple rule.
Okay, you can try a grapple versus strength.
I guess, no, actually it would be the shove. They do have a shove in
That's
here.
true. shove is
Shoving a
also
creature.
versus strength.
Strength,
versus strength or
athletics.
dex. He's
Or
gonna
dex.
choose. He's gonna choose dex.
And I'm going to go dex as well.
Okay.
And if I
No.
succeed,
Yeah,
then I knock him down is what I'll do.
you knock him prone.
Dex. Yeah.
Well,
Oh, wait. That didn't add my 3 into it, did it? Or did it?
let me see.
No, it did. It did. 6 was the roll.
Well, you know what? I'm going to give him disadvantage because
Okay.
he is running for his life. So I'm gonna
Okay.
roll again and see if he can fail this.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, if he has disadvantage,
he-
then yeah,
he-
he will crit. Can I?
He critted.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, can
so
I use my inspiration
you can't use after you
Too
announce.
after I rolled? Okay.
Yeah, you have to announce it before your roll.
Yep.
And even if you use your inspiration, it would have been a 9 anyway, so you would have wasted it. So you're still here.
No,
though.
I rolled a 20 on the second one. Yeah, there I am.
Oh, but you see how the first one you roll, it's a 9 and a 9. Those,
that's the second
Yeah.
roll for.
So
oh,
those,
gotcha,
those two
gotcha,
numbers we kind of play like that.
Gotcha.
Okay, Schmigel is up.
Schmigel's gonna pull out his hammer once again for the running throw.
The famous running throw.
I thought about doing
You're
that
long
before.
range on the hammer. So you're
still doing it!
But this guy is really, really running for his life. He's frozen. He's got 2 people on him. I'm going to take away your disadvantage on the throw. Which is what you needed to knock him down. We'll roll some damage.
Non-lethal damage.
Alright, you got him.
This is just like the last time. Alright.
This is a repeat of the last time. So
Except none of them got
2
away.
of the Redbrands are dead. This third guy you knocked down just like last time. Unconscious.
Now let's go back to the warehouse.
Wait.
This time, make sure we get the information on their routine path or something. Time, whatever.
Okay, you guys can.
What do
you
you
guys
want to
can
do with
jump
this
the
dude?
interrogation. You and do the interrogation this time. I'll take care of the bodies in the floor.
I'll help you with that.
You might want to apologize to that girlfriend of yours, Smiggle. She doesn't look too happy about the fight.
You flip the table.
Yeah,
I didn't flip the table.
right after you guys fight, Grista comes out. It's like, what are you doing? This is me tap house.
I'm so
What? It's
sorry.
not me.
You spilled blood on me tap house.
I'm sorry, miss.
And
Well,
she
it's
comes
just-
over to you, Schmigel, because you clearly have done the most damage. She's has her hands on her hips. She's like, Schmigel Ironbelly, how dare you disgrace my tap house with your weapons and your fighting and your blood. You clean this up right now.
Yes, ma'am.
She goes to the back, takes out 2 buckets, and throws them on the floor. She says, "You clean up that dirty garbage on the floor," pointing to the dead Redbrands.
Hey, yes, ma'am. I'm very sorry.
Let's bring this prisoner back to the mayor.
Looks like there's a stand of trees right across the street we can bury the bodies near.
Well, since you guys have put the mayor in place, I don't think anybody's gonna even say anything about killing.
Well, there's other red brands around.
Yeah.
Let's bring this guy back to the mayor. He might know what to do with him. Or he might have some words to speak to him.
Okay. So you guys, Schmigel, you are stuck there cleaning the floor.
Yep.
Lots of blood. All this blood spilled, moving the bodies around. But the rest of you take your prisoner and drag him over to the townmaster's hall. And you can see your newly installed mayor is once again there trying to learn about his duties. He sees you dragging in the Redbrand. He's like, "Well, You know, he's like, oh, I see you're working on taking care of business. I like it.
Guys, I got to go, so I'm gonna stay and clean up the mess with Miguel.
Okay.
Alright.
Is everybody okay to go a little bit longer?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah. Take it easy, Ray.
We'll see you next time.
Alright. See ya.
All right.
Hi diddly hi ho.
Okay, well, I make that 21 remaining, or how many did you take care of yesterday?
We took care of 3 and 1 ran off.
Wasn't one of these 3, I presume, that ran off?
Doesn't look like it. They look like different ones.
So as few as 18 and as many as 21 left. Oh, and by the way, the lad's intelligence was accurate. I found the entrance that he spoke of. It appears that at any given time there are somewhere between 5 and 10 inside, and there are signs of having prisoners, some struggling,
Okay.
signs
So
of struggle going into the into the tunnels.
So the Alderleaf that you installed as mayor takes a look at this guy. He's like, you know what? He as duty as mayor, he is going to be my first prisoner. And he's like, here's the keys to the jail. And he directs you downstairs. He's like, I checked this out. These are solid. This is solid jail, solid sturdy bars. And there's nobody in the jail right now. And you guys go and throw this guy into the jail.
Mr. Mayor, can you give us like sheriff badges?
Like I don't know. I don't have any.
If you actually have a jail here, this must be like an old sheriff's office or something. Marshals even. You can get marshal badges.
I think I'll pass on that. I don't plan on staying here long enough to make.
He says, well, if anybody asks, I'm going to tell them that you are the new law in town. Clearly.
Awesome.
I wince.
There's a new marshal in town, guys. The doctor's in town. Schmegel, want to be my deputy?
Schmiggel's cleaning the floor.
Alright, Schmegel.
What was that?
He's still cleaning the floor.
I'll save him the deputy's badge. You sure you don't want one, Caster? It might make things easier to go by when we have to bring people in as prisoners.
So Grista comes over and she's like, don't forget the tables. You can see
Yes,
that
Mom.
there's some blood spilt on the tables as well.
Alright. So Mr. Mayor, what do you think you're gonna do? Okay, so when do you think we should start the diversion? Have you spoken to your friends yet?
He says, yes, anytime you're ready, I'm ready too.
Alright. We'll wait for Schmigel to get back and then we'll prep.
Okay, so Schmigel, about 40 minutes later, you finally finish cleaning up the mess. And then Grista comes over to you and she's got this angry look on her face. And she says, let me pay you back for ruining me tap house. And she punches you in the stomach. It doesn't do damage, it just punches you in the stomach angrily. And then as you reel over from being punched from her, she says, now, let me thank you for getting rid of the Redbrands. And she gives you a kiss on the cheek. Now off with you! Off! Off! You got a town to save.
Yes, Mom. Thank you very much. I run out.
Okay, so Schmigel and Haas come out of there. And you guys go back to the Townmaster's Hall.
When Schmogel gets in, I toss him a deputy's badge.
What the hell?
You're the
What's
deputy
this?
now.
A tin can?
You're a deputy, Schmigel.
What's a deputy?
They weren't able to find a badge, but what he did was he took a piece of wood and he stamped it with the Phandelver town symbol. And he gave you the piece of wood that you can probably try to fix on to your person as a badge. He's like, you know, if you really want badges, we can probably figure out how to have them made, but you know, give me a couple of days.
Well, I've been thinking, if we are starting a new militia and getting rid of the old one, perhaps we should start with a new uniform. I was thinking, the blue pats.
Aldermath looks around. He says, "Well, I guess you can tear down these tapestries. I mean, I don't need them." And you see they're really fine silk tapestries with like gilded gold. Like they look really, really nice. And he just goes over and he rips one down. Like, you want this? Like, I think it'll make a nice cape, right? You know?
Gastanar slowly is
blow in the
shaking his
wind.
head and backing away from the whole thing.
He's like, as you conquer your enemies, and you're on top of a hill, and the sun is setting, it's blowing in the wind. This is beautiful. Here, take this.
Can we have one of them turned into a robe for me?
He says, I'll get to it.
Awesome.
I'll work on it. And he starts ripping off all the nice decorations, like he just has no need for them.
I like a new mayor.
I hope none of those are of elven make.
He's like, I don't think so. I mean, I wouldn't be able to tell the difference.
Should I do a historic check just to see about that?
You would do
check?
some investigation check.
Okay.
To look closely at them, at all the objects.
Okay. Okay. Investigation.
Yeah, you see a fine jewel box that's clearly of elven make, but everything else is human.
Okay. I go over to the jewel box and I take a look at it.
You open it up and there's 2 rubies inside.
I take the rubies out. Mr. Mayor, can I have the box? You can have the rubies if you want.
He's like,
I don't
well,
need rubies.
yeah, those rubies are worth a lot of money. I don't know if they should belong to the town or what. Thank you for the rubies. I didn't even see them. And he takes the rubies from me. He's like, yeah, you can have the box. I don't know what we're gonna do with it. But these things technically belong to the old mayor. I don't think you will ever gonna see him again. So I don't think
Probably
you'll
not.
mind.
Hey guys, look, I got a new box.
It's a well-made, finely carved wooden box, clearly of elven make. It is worth some money if you were to sell it, but it is, it's a pretty nice item.
Can I do? Does anything look magical about it?
It's not
Does it all
magical.
No. Oh, okay.
It's valuable.
Okay.
It's very nice looking. I think my family used to trade items very similar to that.
Really? What did your family do?
They were merchants. They traveled
okay.
between the high forest and Silvery Moon and other places, between the humans and the dwarven and elven settlements. One of the few elven families that actually traveled between the various racial clans, or towns or cities, or whatever you want to call them.
That's interesting to know. All right. So, for our plan of attack, when do you guys want to pull this off? It's getting late now, but we have. I don't know about you guys, but I'm full of energy. I could do this all day, all night.
I would suggest dawn. When people, in my experience, people are at their least vigilant.
But remember, we just took out 3 more other guys. They might be expecting something now. Maybe they'll even do an attack themselves on the town. Out of retribution or something, revenge.
Well, that's assuming they know what happened or that there are people missing. I mean, did anything happen after
there is
last
one
night's?
known witness because of that one guy who ran off last time.
Mm-hmm.
But nothing happened today in retribution, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So.
It also knows their buddies are missing.
They may. It depends on how close they watch this high staff keeps on his minions, or what kind of rotation they have for duty. The sooner the better, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
If they're on a 2 or 3 day rotation, then they may not be missed.
Because if we're gonna do a diversion, it'll draw most of them out anyways.
One thing that might be worth thinking about is maybe traps.
I was already thinking of that. I have a hunting trap that I use that would be quite useful in incapacitating one person at least.
One thing is, just to let you guys know, for killing the 3 Redbrands, we got 300 experience split among the 4 of you.
So that's 75.
Yeah,
And what do? You add those in, basically as they happen?
Yeah, for certain things you get experience as it happens. For other things like quests, you get like a lump sum later on. So for individual enemies you kill, you get experience. But for some things you don't get experience per enemy. But for any additional enemies, like I just threw that in as an addition, you get experience right now.
Okay.
It's just the way that this module is written.
Alright. So, because we're down to, 3 of us now. If we were to draw out the enemy, we could technically take down the wizard on our own. We'd probably be strong enough for that. But that's assuming he doesn't have any guards left.
Yeah, it depends on how many. And we don't know anything about whether he has any other types of, magical wards or anything like that either.
Well, I don't know any abjugation spells which could dispel them though. But anyways, that would have to be at a higher level. I don't think he'd be strong enough to have any particularly strong wards. At least none we couldn't detect and then bypass. We wouldn't be able to dispel them, but we could at least avoid them.
Okay.
And it'd probably be especially weaker spells around the hidden entrance, because he wouldn't expect people to go through there. He would expect that more people coming from the front.
Well, from what I could tell, they have absolutely no guards down there. It appears to me that they are certain that nobody knows of that, so I don't think they would bother with... they certainly have no physical guards or traps that I could discern.
Alright then. You guys want to try tonight?
Hey, we can try tonight. That should work out well.
I will need to...
So you guys get back to the inn to regroup, and you go and check in on the monk, Nimbex, and he is just looking awful. He's getting sicker and sicker, and Haas says, he needs some nursing. He needs some more help, and Haas says, I gotta help him tonight. And Haas says, you know what, I know you guys told me about where to go. Let me finish healing him, and once I do that, I'm gonna come right after you guys. Okay?
Can we even get the diversion tonight? I mean, merchant. You were talking about a merchant. Would the red brands be even collecting a payment at night?
As you ask Eldermath, he says that yes, we can do it whenever you want. And he says, what we're gonna do is that there's one merchant in town where the Red Redbrand has just stood in front of their establishment like they do at the inn, charging money. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go up there and say, I refuse to pay your money. I'm the mayor of the town, and you are out of town. And that'll get them riled up. I can tell you that. And he says, but don't worry, they're not gonna fight me. They're all bark, no bite. As long as I don't draw my sword, I think I can take care of this. I know these thugs. I fought wars against hordes of orcs. I'm not afraid of these idiots.
I bet the mayor is like a level 10 fighter.
Their swords speak...
And then he says, he says what they're gonna see is they're gonna see this, and he takes out this bastard sword that is, it looks like it's a good 4 feet long. It's ornately carved. It's brimming with this, blue glow. It's got serrated edges. And this is called Starlight. And he bangs it on the table, and this glow comes out of it. He says, "Nobody is gonna mess with me when I hold this." It's like, I may not be so good with it as I was before. He says, I'm not exactly that weapon master I was before, but I can bust a few heads with this still. I just can't run very fast because my knee's kind of bummed. But he's like, if they're stupid enough to try to attack me while I'm wielding this, they're gonna learn something. He's like, I wish I can help you guys out. I can't walk very well. I got a bad limp. I'm not gonna be helpful with you, but I can stand my ground. And he's like, just tell me when, and I'll make the diversion.
Alright. Then we'll do it tonight.
I'll need an hour or two to prepare. I need to, bandage myself up a bit here, patch myself up.
Yes, you may roll hit dice.
A short rest is 1 hour.
You may take a short rest and roll hit dice before you set off.
Schmiggle's just gonna sharpen his axe while he's taking a short rest.
Okay, we'll say an hour passes. You have rolled your hit dice. You guys, I'm assuming, are taking with you your healing potions and those lovely peaches that Nimbex got.
You had your con modifier too, right?
Yeah.
Did that add my con modifier?
If you press the button, it automatically does it.
Okay. I pressed the use button next to my hit dice.
You fumbled on it, so you got a 1 plus 2.
Yep. Gotcha. I thought that was the case. I wanted to verify.
But one thing is that Nimbex was able to gather a whole bunch of peaches from the Aldermoth orchard, and these peaches, you can use them. If in battle, you have to use an action to use the peach, but out of battle, you can use as many as you want. Eat them for 1 hit point each. There's 8 of them.
Oh.
If you look all the way on the right side of your screen, I have stuff written out for you. I have your gold on the top. And if you click them, there's a number associated with them. And I have the potions and the peach.
Okay. But I wouldn't have been aware of those myself, so...
What's Electrum?
Electrum is like a currency between gold and silver. It's extremely rare. It's not something typically used. It's usually used in ancient empires. The Netheril Empire used it. It's the value is between gold and silver. So I think it's worth 50.
It's like two to a gold or something like that.
Yeah, I think it's half the value of a gold piece.
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess we're all meeting in the forest.
I would say meet at the edge of the elderly farm, and then I'll lead you into the forest.
Okay. And as I told you, Hoss says that Nimbex is gonna get a lot worse, and he may actually get extremely sick. He's really drank too much, unless I help him now. But after I help him, I'll meet you guys in there.
I'll keep an eye out while we're traveling through the forest for any herbs that I might use my medicine skill on that might be of use.
Well, you have a pack that contains all the herbs that you already need for
I don't have
traveling.
I don't have a medicine kit, so.
Oh, you don't?
No, that wasn't one of my starting.
Well, this is a kind of a small forest area, so you're not able to find much.
Okay.
Okay, so the 3 of you come to the mouth of this secret entrance, and it is nighttime. It's approximately 8 p.m. Very quiet out. And
I assume one thing I didn't ask. I assume everybody can see.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not, it's everybody's an elf or a dwarf. It's dark vision. It's moonlit outside, so you don't have a problem with vision here.
Right. Oh, I wasn't assuming anything. I was just asking.
Okay.
as we entered the woods, but make sure.
What was the signal for when they'd be drawn out?
It was timed. So
Okay.
at this point, we're gonna say that at this time is when you guys plan to draw them out, and this is going on right now.
All right, people, let's get moving.
Just to clarify, when I took my short rest, I did grab my weapons.
Yes, of course. You
This
don't
time.
want to, especially because there's 3 of you now. You do not want to go in here without your weapons.
Okay. Smiggle, without Haas, you're our only main protection.
Hey,
We'll try to hamper the enemy as much as we can from the rear, but it's up to you to
Might I make a
Need-
suggestion?
protect us. Yeah, go ahead.
When we go get in there and battle is about to be joined, give the minions an ultimatum to throw down their weapons, and we will spare them, and maybe we'll have,
Awesome! I can finally bust out my awesome map.
and maybe we'll have a little
Okay.
bit less to deal with.
Maybe. But there shouldn't be many left in the mansion to begin
No,
with.
but I
Most of them
expect
should be
he'll
gone out.
probably keep a couple.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you guys are heading down this tunnel, right?
Yeah.
Okay, as you move down this tunnel, it looks like it's it kind of spans on for about 75 to 100 feet, and you notice that the air gets a little bit chilly. You look around you, and this looks like it's been carved. This tunnel has been carved out of the ground. Around you is natural ground in the tunnel, and as you go a little bit deeper, you see that around you, the walls of the tunnel itself start getting rockier and rockier, and it looks like you're entering some sort of underground cave system. You walk down, and before you, it's approximately 40 feet. You see that the tunnel opens up to a cavern. There's a dim, flickering light in the cavern.
Okay. At this point, before we go any further, I want to take out the hunting trap that I have as part of my equipment and set it up in the middle of the corridor that we just came down.
What is its effect?
Basically, it's a claw trap. It'll anybody stepping in it will be caught, snared in it. I think they take like 1d. Just
What kind of save do they roll when they step in?
It is a DC 13 Dex saving throw,
Okay.
where they take 1d4 piercing damage and stop moving.
Okay.
And then after that, it's a DC 13 Strength check to break out.
All right. So you deftly set up your trap, and the cavern lies before you. The tunnel opens out, and you guys right now are at the mouth of the tunnel. Do we have a marching order?
I'm assuming Schmiggle in front.
yep.
Okay.
I guess I'll be in the middle and Canister will be in the rear
And I'll
because he
take
has at
up-
least.
I'll take up the rear. I have the
Okay.
longbow.
Now,
Yeah, okay.
everyone, I'm marching you into a dynamic lighting map. So when you're in this map, you have to refrain from moving your token around because you're going to see stuff you're not supposed to see. Only
Okay.
move your token in spaces that your character can move to.
Okay.
So don't move them through a wall because you're going to end up seeing that red dragon I had planned for you. I don't want that.
What,
When you
Red
said
Dragon?
it, we were fighting the red beard, not the red dragon.
Well, that's why they're called the Redbrands, because they clearly have an ancient red dragon with them.
Crap. Okay.
Trying to move my own screen to it, but it's not working.
There we go.
Give me 1 second, I need to redo this.
Mm-hmm. Week 2. I just
Right now, I'm just reloading, so the GM map is not streamed. That ruins the whole.
Because the dwarvish voice is starting to.
this is a free program that I found, and I don't know how good it is. Maybe after I give it a try, if it sounds good next week, I'll send you all the link since it is free.
That'd be
Sounds
pretty
cool.
cool, actually.
Give me 1 second. I need to give myself vision.
I can see again.
Ah, perfect. Okay, you guys, everybody sees and sees the dynamic lighting and everything. Okay, so as you enter this chamber, a cold breeze is all over this large natural cavern. You smell a faint scent of possibly decaying flesh. It hits your nose. And as you can see from where you are, there's two large columns directly in front of you. There is a big crevasse in the middle that opens down into darkness, and there are two bridges directly in front of you. Schmigel, I need you to roll a charisma saving throw.
Charisma saving throw.
Charisma saving throw.
Uh-oh.
You didn't expect that, did you?
Nope.
Is he gonna be so scared he wets himself?
7.
7. Okay, I'm going to roll something for something. I don't know.
What in the what?
What's everyone's passive perception?
It's 14.
Where does it say passive perception again? It's
The far right column on your character sheet across from perception.
Okay. Yeah, whatever is your modifier, you take 10 and add your perception modifier to it for passive perception.
Don't you add your proficiency if you're proficient in it?
Yeah, so whatever your perception modifier is, not just
Gotcha. Your total perception modifier plus 10. So yeah, mine is
Perception.
14.
passive is 13. Mine.
Mine is 11.
Okay. Schmigel, you hear a whisper in your mind.
What?
In your mind. It says, Schmigel Ironbelly. I know you, Schmigel Ironbelly. The other two, you just see Schmigel looking kind of stunned, but you don't know what's going on.
What's wrong, Schmigel? You sense something?
Undead.
Something's not right.
Can I do an
Smell
Arcana
dead.
check?
What are you doing the Arcana check on? Schmigel or?
The ambience of the room.
Okay. Roll your Arcana.
In case there's any like spells that were put up. Oof.
I'm gonna have to take the 9, and with a 9, you do sense magic. You cannot decipher what type of magic, where it's coming from.
Okay.
Definitely
That was-
magic here. If you did a 25, it would have been nice, but not so nice with a 9.
Schmigel thinks in his head, who are you?
He says, I am the one who lurks.
Blink, blink.
Guys, we have to be careful. There's something not right here.
I smell
what I just
death.
This is not, yeah, so Schmigel, you realize this is not something that a bunch of ruffians would be able to do, speak to you directly into your mind.
Well, hello, one who lurks. My name is... Well, I think you know my name.
I know much about you.
Schmigel, what's going on?
Why have you stopped?
No reason, no reason. Sorry. I'll keep going. And Schmigel kind of walks cautiously forward.
Says, why are you here? What do you want?
Come here to stop you.
Stop
Um,
me?
I can't grab the doctor to follow him.
Stop me?
Oh, whoops.
Schmigel's gonna cross the bridge now.
Schmigel, as you walk across the bridge, I need you to roll a dex.
Gotcha.
You did not take a look at that bridge you were crossing.
Uh-oh. Just a straight dex?
Yes. straight dex saving throw.
Saving throw.
Saving
Gotcha.
throw. This bridge is gonna collapse. And Schmigel, you're falling down. Schmigel, as you walk across the bridge, you notice that it wasn't built properly. The ropes of the bridge snap, and you drop down into the crevasse.
Since I'm basically right behind,
And you were not able to catch yourself.
I can't do a reaction to try to grab him by the hand.
No.
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 Question.
Yeah, unless you have an
Again.
ability that, like, Featherfall you can cast on him, I'll let you do that, but
No, I don't.
otherwise, Schmigel's fallen.
This is a mechanic question.
Yeah.
Schmegel!
I can use.
Damn it.
I have inspiration still. I
Yes.
can grant inspiration.
Yes,
Is this
you
another
can.
situation where I can't because he's already rolled? I can't.
Yes.
Okay.
He's got an inspiration too, Schmiggles, you got one too, I'm sorry. You know what, for this time, if you really want, I will let you use inspiration and hold on.
No,
Being
no,
too
it's
nice,
Just
okay.
John.
once. If you really, really want.
You're being
No,
too
no,
nice, John.
If it's really something like this, I'm just gonna.
Alright, 2d6 damage.
2d6. Gotcha.
Ouch.
D6. There we go.
Okay, you fall 20 feet and take 3 bludgeoning damage, and you're prone, and you are in the bottom of this pit. And you look around you, and it's very dark down here, and there's a faint blue aura all over the ground. And you look
Schmigel.
around.
Great.
I call down, or I whisper down, Schmegel, are you
The
alright?
doctor, I need you to roll a charisma saving throw.
Charisma saving throw. Those are core stats.
It best be high.
Oh, ouch, charisma. Ouch.
You hear in your head, Doctor, 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 I know your real name. And
Do you now?
whatever your real name is, he says it to you in your mind.
Now that is a piece of information you should not have. So this is what happened to Schmigel. Very well. I whisper over to Caster. There's something speaking in my mind. It appears that it goes after whoever steps in front first.
Rope.
So be careful.
Schmigel, what are you gonna do? You're down in this, at the bottom. You get up, you look around, and it's just a kind of a dank place with a faint blue light. Can you roll a perception for me?
Sure.
In the meantime, I am pulling out. I have a coil of rope I'm pulling out.
Actually, the sides of the wall don't seem too difficult to climb, if need be.
The rope wouldn't hurt.
And
What'd
the
you
doctor,
say you needed?
hear again, he says, "Shall I tell the one who is the master that you are here? Shall I tell him? Shall I tell him?"
Would it make a difference if I said I'd rather not? After all, it'll spoil the surprise.
What? And then I need you to roll another charisma check, saving throw against whatever's talking to your mind. Oh. He says, "I know that you're here to kill Glassstaff. I know.
Kill Glassstaff. Maybe I just wanted his staff.
I know everything."
I finish
You tell me-
uncoiling the rope and
you
hand
know
it to the
everything.
doc.
Hmm?
I finish uncoiling the rope and hand you the rope. Use the column to
Schmigel,
brace.
You
I don't know
look
you're talking
around
to-
the crevasse, and to the north, you see something.
Something
body.
like what?
A body on the ground.
A familiar body?
You can't tell, it's on the ground, face first. Looks human.
Schmigel, the rope.
And I'm going
Right.
to stand guard with the bow.
Right. And I grab onto the rope.
Canister.
Start climbing up.
You don't need to roll a check. You easily climb up the rope.
I whisper over to Kastner. Kastner, could you do a bit of scouting? You've got the best stealth out of all of us.
I will take a look. Let me slide this over a little bit. I'm going to go here and look down this hallway here
Schmigel,
first.
both you and the doctor hear this in your head. I'm hungry. Feed me, and I won't tell Glassstaff you're here. Feed me. If you don't feed me, Glassstaff will know. And you'll be dead. You'll be dead.
What do you like to eat?
What?
I like flesh. Your flesh, his flesh, any flesh. Castanar, what are you doing right now?
I first take a quick look down this left corridor.
Okay, I need you to roll perception.
Okay.
I need you to roll real high. Somebody in the chat said, "Feed me, Seymour."
Oh, nice.
That'll do it. Castanar, you see that over here. You see something moving.
I'm sorry, over where I had the map scrolled.
Here. Something is moving. You can't discern what it is. It seems to be some sort of creature. Just kind of moved right out of view, right behind the column.
Bows up and aimed. Creature on the far side of the column, beware.
I take a step back. Schmigel, you're up. I got your back.
Friend or foe?
I can't tell.
It's silence
since I
now.
don't-
No more talking in your head. But, Castanar, you've identified that there is something back there.
I'm going to assume so.
Wait, hold it. There's a fresh body down at the bottom of the crevice. Our gift to you. Got it?
Huh? What? Who are you talking to?
He says, I've already eaten that one.
Damn.
Okay. Is this still mind
He
speak or
says
is...
that into your brain, not
Okay.
not out loud.
Okay, so I don't know they're talking still.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then I don't have any more flesh to give you.
Oh, I see plenty of flesh. Big dwarven muscles.
Oh no.
Schmigel, go around the pillar to your left. I'll shoot him down. Or the two of us will shoot him down if he jumps.
Gotcha. But he can hear us, you know that.
Yeah, of course. So if he knows what's good for him, he'll just come out and talk
If he
to
was a
us.
friend, he wouldn't be hiding.
Exactly.
And I
Hear that,
jump out in
monster?
front of the left side.
Okay, Schmigel, I need you to roll perception as you jump there.
This better not be those angels. Stone angels.
Schmigel, unfortunately, you're just a little bit off.
Oh.
So, what's going to happen now is... Initiative.
Initiative with what?
Everybody roll initiative. You...
Again, I have...
Okay, let me... So, what happens, Schmigel, as you jump right there, you do not get to take your turn yet because something takes a surprise turn against you. Schmigel, you noticed that, you didn't notice, but all of a sudden, a creature that was hiding against the column, perfectly camouflaged into the column, jumps out at you. And... this creature, let me give you a little visual to see, so you know what it looks like. not gonna tell you what it's called, but this is what it looks like. One big nasty eye, spines on his back, claws, and it looks like it is perpetually smiling or laughing. And it's green stuff drooling out of its mouth. It's not really saying anything. I'm not gonna tell you the name of this. Well, I probably know from the. Oh, you don't even know from the initiative. Good. I did this properly then. Okay, so what I need you to do is Schmigel Constitution check.
Constitution check.
Constitution.
Saving throw or
saving throw. Oh, very nice. So all of a sudden the eye opens and the eye turns like bloodshot, and Schmigel, you feel this kind of fuzziness in your head, but you're able to just push it down and ignore it. And now we are in initiative. Schmigel, you're up first. Big nasty thing in front of you.
Stop! And I hit him over the head with my axe. Stop messing with me head!
11 is a miss.
Damn.
You swing your axe, but this creature is extremely agile.
I'm gonna use me action. I'm not gonna take any fuck from this. Damn!
14 is not enough.
Too bad you didn't use inspiration.
Oh, did you use inspiration?
No.
Okay. 14's not enough. You see, this creature is just lightning fast as you swing your axe. It just dodges right out of the way. Castnar's up.
Okay, I see him swinging his axe at something on the other side of the column. Let's move here.
Now that he's engaged in combat, you can clearly see this creature. Let me see if you have good line of sight and he has any cover. I'm gonna say he has partial cover here.
Okay.
If you shoot.
I'm also going to use my inspiration and try to take a good bead on it. I do notice that it's moving fairly fast, so I'm going to try to make the shot count.
Use inspiration.
Yeah, that's what I said I'm going to do.
Oh, okay.
And
the people in the chat don't have much confidence in you guys.
They probably know what we're
So
fighting.
you use inspiration to roll twice and take the higher. He is defended because he is behind partial cover. So,
Yeah.
So
what is that, a -2 or something like that? I forget.
To his armor class.
Right. Okay. So here's my attack.
Go get him. 14 and a 15. Unfortunately, with his partial cover, your arrow strikes the column and bounces off.
Okay.
Is that your turn?
I can move some more. There's really not any spot for me to move. Yeah, I will. Oops. Yeah, I'm going to come and I'm going to try a long jump across.
Where?
Across the bridge.
All right.
Didn't you already use a movement action though?
I've only used 5 feet of my
Yeah,
movement.
you can break up your
Okay.
movement.
Oh, okay.
Well, so what is your long jumping distance should be half your running distance. So let me see.
And I had 30 feet left.
Yeah, you should be good.
Yep.
This is scaled properly, so yeah, you're good. Yeah, you don't need to roll. You're good.
Okay,
Jump
and
over
from
that.
here, I should have a clear shot next turn.
Yes, you clearly have good line of sight here with your elven dark vision. You're good.
Okay.
The doctor.
Now let's see. Can I do a quick perception check to see how sturdy that pillar is?
Yeah, take a look. It looks pretty firm. It's not like something you're going to knock down and cause the cave to crash in. Nope. It's a sturdy pillar.
Damn, so much for knocking on top of the monster. Okay, so... And how much of this bridge is collapsed? Like the whole
The entire
thing?
bridge. There is
Okay,
no
so
bridge there.
there's no fraction that I could step onto.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm probably gonna... and canisters block me if I'm doing a jump myself. Let's see. Okay. I'm gonna go up here next to this monster, and I'm gonna use a shocking grasp.
Should I be mean and say you're squeezing? No, okay. You're good. No, you're not squeezing. Okay, go ahead and do your shocking grasp.
Okay.
It's a melee
Shocking
attack,
grasp.
right?
Yeah.
Alright, you
Ooh.
fondle this thing to oblivion. Roll your damage. You got a crit. That is 5 total damage. It goes.
And he gets no reactions. That's the effect of it.
Yeah.
So, which means he can't do any opportunity attacks.
Nope.
Until the end of his turn.
Nope. His turn is up. And seeing that you just electrified him, he's going to attack you. You see that it's got big sharp claws and a long reach, and it starts clawing at you 2 times with a multi-attack.
Ouch.
21 and 16.
Okay, both hit.
7
I have...
plus 6.
Okay, it uses up to 7 from my shield, and I take 6 damage.
Okay.
Actual damage.
It hurts. These claws are razor sharp. It doesn't even talk. For some reason it's talking to you in your mind, but in person it doesn't talk. It just makes hissing noises. Schmigel.
Gonna move over here and hit him again with me axe.
Nope. You swing your axe, but this thing is so agile that you kind of backflips to avoid your axe strike. That is it for your turn, I'm supposing. You already action surge last time?
Yep.
Okay. Castanar?
Nothing to do at this point except for shoot again.
Ooh!
Oh, nice.
Oh
is a
my
crit.
god! The gods of Faerun are saving your asses.
So that's 2 times weapon damage plus my
Plus
modifier.
your mod. You plunge
Nice.
an arrow into this thing.
Right in the
Visibly,
center of the eye.
as you plunge the arrow in, Schmigel, you are splashed with purple blood. It doesn't burn you or anything, just nasty purple blood. Big arrow sticking out of its side now. And it starts trembling.
Smells like old fish.
The doctor is up.
It looks
I'm gonna use-
decidedly not like a fish.
I'm gonna use my movement action to get me as far as I can from him.
You're gonna
up that way?
get an opportunity attack.
He can't take any actions.
Yeah, until the end of his turn, right?
Until the end of the.
And then my turn.
Oh, okay. Sorry. You go ahead.
So I have that one chance to get away if I want. If you want me, I'll double check right now.
No. That's okay. It makes
Okay.
sense.
Okay. So I'm gonna move my full range of 30 feet up to, I guess right here.
Okay. And you guys don't have to be on squares, even though there's squares on the board.
Yeah, but that's just a distance. And then I'm gonna use a ray of frost on him.
Okay.
For his movement. There's ray of frost. Attack. Yes.
Got him.
And
His ray of
damage.
frost lands right on his back. That's 7 damage for a ray of
And
frost.
he's
Plus
slowed.
he's slowed. That's very nice.
Now, I'll just use I guess a quick word over to Smiggle. Now maybe you'll be able to hit him, Smig.
Here comes the dwarven rage.
Okay, he's still got a turn. And Castanar, I need a Constitution check.
Save, I presume.
Save.
Kind of save.
Yes. He turns around and looks at you with his big eye. And unfortunately, you did not succeed in the check. So what happens is his eye, his one big eye turns bloodshot, and you feel this horrible, fuzzy feeling all over your body. Your body gets really, really numb, and then you start feeling pain everywhere in your body.
Does he smell burnt
Get it
toast?
off!
And you take 7 necrotic damage.
Whoa!
From his rotting gaze. Part of your body starts decomposing, and it hurts.
Get it off! Get it off!
Ouch.
And it looks at you, it starts drooling like it's hungry and wants to come over and eat you. There you go.
Hey, I thought it was me that was fighting you!
It may be if you could actually hit him.
Oh, shut up, you!
You really
Migo,
have to
you gotta use your
inspiration.
inspiration at some point.
As always, your extra hit's always a 20.
Yeah, unfortunately, no, he's too fast for your blow. So your blow does not connect.
Even after I slowed him.
Even after you slowed him. Schmigel, anything else this turn?
That'll be about it.
Okay. Castanar, you're up.
I need to make a... what would it
Somebody in
be?
the chat is very angry at me.
The cat is angry at you?
What would it be? I guess a knowledge check. Is this some sort of undead? It feels kind of creepy, like an undead type attack.
Give me a history check. I was wondering when somebody would try to find out what this thing is.
And actually, if it's related to undead,
You can't make.
Oh yeah,
heads or
never mind.
tails. I
Never
mean,
mind.
in the heat of battle, you can't figure out what this thing is.
It just feels undead. I felt that touch of necrotic before.
Yeah, but you can't tell from that roll.
Okay, I will. Let's see, where am I? I'm gonna back away just a little bit. I don't have any idea what its range of that attack is, but I don't like it. But I will attack again.
Okay.
Oh, where'd my character sheet go?
That attack is quite nasty.
Weapons.
Yeah, I don't see your health bar, Castanar.
Oh, you don't see his health bar?
No.
Not looking too good.
Yeah, I missed.
Okay, you shoot an arrow, but it bounces off. Bounces off the column again.
Okay.
Doctor, you're up.
Okay.
Oh wait, I can continue some. I can take some further move, right? I only move 5 feet there.
Yes, you can move further.
I'm going to step back here and try to get partial cover myself.
Okay,
actually,
put your token where you gonna go?
I'm going to move up to the side
You
of
have
this
that much
pillar here.
movement?
Yeah, I have 35 feet of movement.
He looks like he's got a pretty clear line if you go there.
Okay, I'll move.
If you go
I said
there,
I had,
you know, you got some good cover spots there.
I was here.
Yeah, let's take a look. Let's measure the distance. I'm gonna say you have partial cover here.
Okay, I'll do that then. And then I'll just step out, fire, and step
Yeah.
back each turn.
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay.
It's the doctor's turn.
Okay. Okay, seeing the what just happened to Castanar there, I guess I'll do my own little history check,
You absolutely can.
and I'll see if that does. If I can think of what this thing is.
You whip out your bestiary. What is this?
Volo's
Oh my
to-
god!
I know everything about you.
You
Yes.
know my true name. I know
His name
yours.
is Anothic, Nodicus Antaricus, first discovered in 1643. Okay, anyway, it is a creature called a Nothic. It is not an undead. It is an aberration. These creatures are always evil. Nothics were once wizards, and they dabbled in dark magics. Dark magical secrets that they could not fathom. They would be communing with gods that are no longer even existent. And they, because of their commune with these dark energies, it warped them. And it gifted them with cosmic insight that allows them to extract knowledge from other beings, like he did with you. However, it loses its soul. It becomes a beast that hungers for flesh. They are no longer the wizards that they once were, and they have no memories of their prior lives. And that's all the information. You rolled a crit, and you got the encyclopedia entry on them.
Suddenly realizing what this creature is, the doctor is filled with a certain amount of rage at what these wizards had exploited their gift for knowledge, and they completely became corrupted and ruined whatever they had going for them. The doctor finds this a disgrace to all wizards and everyone who had strived to learn about knowledge. For this guy's going backward. With a cry, the doctor yells over to this beast and says, "For your misguided past, I will end your life here so that you may no longer suffer. You who have betrayed the ways of the wizards will die this day." And with that, I'm going to give another Ray of Frost. Let's see, spellbook, Ray of Frost, attack. Oh,
Oof.
too bad I didn't get any inspiration from that. And no damage anyways.
You know what? How about you take some inspiration? I'll give you that 1 damage.
Okay, sure.
But would you have used the inspiration? That's the question. Before I said anything, you attacked.
Yeah,
Would you-
anyways.
How about this? I'll let you choose this time. In retrospect, given that you spent a lot of effort in how passionate you are about your character, that you do have the inspiration.
I
And
probably
if you
would have
want-
used the inspiration for that because it fits with the scene I was building up.
Okay,
It would
so
only make sense to use it now.
I'll take a damage off the Nothic. It turns around.
Oh, well, it's still slow. Can't reach me unless it attacks.
Okay. Nothic is up. Very, very upset. He's just gonna go turn around and claw at Schmigel again. 5 and
That's
23. 23 is a hit for 7 damage.
That's a good hit. I'll give it that.
It's a significant hit.
Let's see if you can return it.
Inspiration, Smiggle.
Oh, that dwarven rage is brewing inside. This calls for inspiration.
Oh, you did not even need the inspiration to hit it. But you declared it, so you gotta use it.
Yep.
Here you go. Enough is enough. You draw upon your all of your ferocity and bring your axe down on it. Let's roll damage.
A hit?
Yeah, you hit it. Finally.
Yes, you did. 16 is a hit.
Oh! Okay! 8
Nice.
damage! God.
8 damage, right?
Yep.
Okay. Badly injuring it. It looks horribly badly injured with your big blow on it, slashing a gaping wound on its leg. It looks badly injured.
Come on, try me, boy.
Castanar,
Okay.
your
again,
axe
I
is
will
full of purple blood.
Step out, draw an arrow, look at it, put it back in the quiver, pull a different arrow, aim, and fire. $14. I'm going to be just shy, I think.
14 is just not enough.
Yep. And step back. I need to remember to get myself some more arrows, too.
The doctor is up.
Go full rage. And since I don't want to hurt Smiggle at the same time, I'm just going to use Ray of Frost again.
Don't you have magic missile? Well, you don't have to use it.
I don't want to. I'm saving those for when we.
Oh, for the red dragon. Okay.
Because I'm gonna go when we meet that wizard or whatever. I'm gonna
Yeah.
go all out and just blast everything. So you guys are gonna have to be careful when that happens. The doctor will be mad. Oof.
12, unfortunately, is not a hit.
And with my movement
Should
action,
have
I'm
used their
gonna
goddamn inspiration.
take cover.
Okay, Nothic is up. The first thing is, Schmigel, you and the doctor hear the voice in your mind again as you see this creature visibly kind of drawing back a little bit. He says, wait, we talk, yes, we talk.
I respond, never.
And
Great!
you hear him screaming in your head, no! And attacks Schmigel again.
Oh!
Oh, sorry, Schmigel. Okay, so that's a 24, I'm guessing, is a hit, right? Let me roll some extra crit damage. Oh, boy. 7 plus 5.
Ow.
12.
Realize, Schmiggle?
7 plus 5 damage. Now we talk, yes? We talk now. Schmigel.
Oh, you just messed with a grown dwarf. The last time someone messed with me when I was this close to death, I put an axe through his goddamn head! He's going for it. The dwarven luck has to be in this one.
Oof. Sorry. Not quite. Oh. Schmigel, you got a second wind. Need I remind you? Temporary hit points.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Roll your second wind.
You don't trust us to finish him off in this turn?
What? I'm
Schmiggle
not saying
doesn't
that. I'm
trust-
just reminding you of the powers you have.
Mhm.
Let's see, where's my...
I'm telling you that he does look badly injured. I'm not saying how many hit points he has, though.
trying to remember how much my second wind is.
Let me check on that.
Isn't it a hit dice? So it'd be a
Yeah.
D10?
I'm not sure. I gotta check up on this. Schmigel Iron Belly's second wind. 1d6 plus your fighter level, which is 2. And
Yeah.
these are temporary.
Let's see, 1d6 plus... there we go. 5.
Okay, you
That's
get
just
5,
in case he goes for the extra mile.
5 temp. And that's your turn, Schmigel?
Yep.
Castanar.
Once more. Pop out. And let loose.
Give it to him. Yes.
Ooh.
Yes. Land an arrow right. Another arrow through its side.
Ooh, nice.
9 piercing damage, gravely injuring this foul creature, which looks like it can barely stand. It's limping along, but it's not gonna run. Doctor, you're up.
I wish it would. It might hit my trap.
The doctor steps out now to end this. And I cast Ray of Frost once again. Hopefully this time it actually will end it.
Okay, roll some damage.
I'll laugh if it's just 1 damage again. 5.
It turns into a solid block of ice.
Actually, technically that's only cone of cold, but okay, sure.
No, but once you kill it with the Ray of Frost, its body shuts down, its organs shut down, and it just turns into a solid block of ice, frozen in place, falls down and shatters. It is no more.
I walk up to its remains. So ends the life of a wizard who took the wrong path. May
That was a
other
wizard?
wizards not follow in his footsteps to the
That
path
was
of
a wizard?
destruction.
Well, that would
Yes.
explain it.
It was once.
Once, I would not call it a wizard now. I'd call it an abomination. Good Dragon Age quote, hopefully.
I
Okay.
push it off the side of the edge of the chasm.
It falls into the chasm, and you hear a big, like glass shattering. Its body shatters into a billion pieces.
Good riddance to bad rubbish.
Okay, you said the sides of this were relatively navigable.
Yeah, you can probably climb down there without having to roll a check.
Okay, I'll do that. I want to take a look at that body that was down there.
Okay.
See if it's somebody,
Yes.
because we know something was just drug in recently.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so why don't you roll a perception check as you get down there?
Okay.
Experience points for that?
Oh, yes. 450 divided among the 3 of you. So what... I think Castor may be able to... Oh, not yet.
Not
You need
quite.
300. But
Yeah.
450 divided by 3.
It's 150 apiece, so that's 225 total for me.
Oh, nice. So
Okay, I rolled a 24 on my perception.
that's 150 each, you
Oh,
said?
beautiful. You critted your perception, so you see into the nether plane.
No,
you
please
see
not.
all around you, of course, there is... people on this chat stream are congratulating you on your battle. But you see all around you there is a faint blue aura kind of emanating from the rocks below. You see that there is a body of a human male, face down, very mangled, and it appears to have been gnawed away at over time.
Could have been the woodcutter?
You search the body. With that critted perception, you find a pair of woodcutting tools. And
Yep.
you surmise that, yes, this is Thel Dendrar, the woodcutter. It's unfortunately his body is pretty badly eaten up. On top of that, with the massively nice perception check you did, you find the Nothic's secret stash hidden very deftly behind a couple of rocks. You see a bag.
Okay, well, I used the rocks to build a cairn, which is probably how I found it in the first place. May the gods have mercy on his soul. Whichever gods he might have followed.
At this point,
what is this?
Yes, you move the rocks aside and you see a rather large kind of burlap bag.
I lug it out.
Okay.
Hey, folks.
Bag
look
is
what I
jingling with treasure.
Fascinating.
Jingling.
What'd you find there?
Sounds like money. I toss it up. Or
It's very
let them
heavy,
lug it up.
so you
yeah,
gotta
okay.
lug
Well,
it up.
I drug it to the side. Send the rope down. You should still have the rope up there near the pillar.
We do
And I'll
that.
let them pull it up rather than me try to haul it up and climbing at the same time.
Okay.
And
You
I'll
guys
finish
ready
building
to?
the cairn.
You guys ready to get smacked with some treasure here?
Sure.
We got some nice stuff for y'all. We got the first thing you see is glimmering glimmering coins. The chest contains 60 silver pieces, 120 gold pieces, 5 gems that are malachite, about 15 gold each. Since Schmigel's with you, I'm going to say he identifies them right away.
John, are you writing these down for us, or do we have to do that now? Because we don't have that.
I will write them down.
Okay,
I was gonna say I could put it on my
down.
bio, but okay.
You get 2 additional potions of healing.
Yes.
Okay.
I could use
That's
one.
not all. Not all. You find a magic scroll.
Ooh.
You see this kind of a leather little scroll case, and you open it up, and out comes a magic scroll, and there's some sparkles coming out of it.
Seeing that, I'm like, ooh, gimme.
I need an arcana on that.
Okay.
The magical scroll, because it's a spell you don't recognize.
Watch it, the doctor's gonna get all
I
grounded.
don't recognize. So I gotta look it up.
14.
Okay. I'll let you. You can identify. This is a spell of augury.
Augury.
Yeah. Let's open up the player's handbook here.
Oh, augury's nice.
Page 215. It is a divination ritual, and it's also a ritual. Casting times 1 minute, ranges yourself. It requires some components, whatever. Verbal, somatic, instantaneous duration, and what happens is you create gem inlaid sticks, rolling dragon bones, laying out ornate cards, or employing some other divining tool. You receive an omen from an otherworldly entity without the results of a specific course of action that you plan to take within the next 30 minutes.
Okay, so it said the divinity one or
the DM chooses from the following possible. Oh, I like this. I can do whatever I want when you try to cast a spell.
Yeah.
The spell doesn't take into account any possible circumstance that might change the outcome, such as the casting of additional spells. If you cast a spell 2 or more times before completing a long rest, there is a cumulative 25% chance of each casting after the first that you get a random reading. The DM makes this roll in secret. So what happened? It's some sort of spell, and you're guessing that this is the kind of crap that this previous wizard was into that got him turned into a Nothic in the first place. But this is some sort of spell to communicate with cosmic forces. Cosmic forces being me.
I take the scroll and I tuck it into my wizard robes.
Okay, got a question for you. Mechanical type.
Yeah.
Augury is typically a cleric spell. I don't see it on any other spell list. How does scrolls work with
is it in your wizard list? If not, then you can't use it.
No, it's not in the wizard list.
I'm still gonna hoard it, you know that.
You can still have it. You can probably sell it. It's worth a lot of money. This kind of knowledge is forbidden among wizards. You know that. This is not. You're not supposed to look into the cosmic beyond.
No.
So
Cthulhu hangs
spells
out.
work the same in this edition then, as far as it has to be on his list.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't know what the rules are with casting spells from a scroll itself, but I think they're written somewhere in the playtest. I'll have to look them up if you're interested in doing something like that.
Okay.
So I'm not.
I hoard spells, so even if it's a cleric spell, I may or may not give it to our cleric.
Now we're not done with the treasure. We got one more item that you most definitely would want to know about.
Is it another spell?
Well, you pull. These are all the things you take out of the box, and then the big item, not the box. The big item inside the bag is a massive, glimmering, beautiful silver sword. It's a long sword, and you take it out, and it glistens in the air as you hold it up.
Is it Elvish make by any chance?
The sword is not made by elves. It may have been made by dwarves. It looks like it's very old. You take a look at it. Why don't you everybody who's interested, do a history check on this sword.
Dwarves make fine weapons, I know that.
The doctor, 14. Unfortunately,
That was my Arcana. The
Hey,
first one.
Schmigel, do you want to try one?
What is it? History?
Yeah, history. Let's see if you can beat the no.
Just so you know, I have the scholar background.
It looks
so
sharp.
If I don't know, I know where to learn about it.
Yes, but at this point, you look at this sword and you can't tell any known history about this sword, but you recognize that there are kind of steel, made out of steel and silver feathers on the hilt of the sword. And it is a very very beautifully made sword. I need you to roll an Arcana on the sword. This sword has magic in it, and you need to identify that magic to take advantage of the magic.
Was I able to identify it?
Not with Arcana checks you have, because there's an identify spell. I don't let the Arcana check itself identify it. You can't. Okay. You know it's magical. You cannot identify the magical properties of it just yet.
Where would I learn the identify spell? Is that something a wizard can learn?
I think so.
Yes.
It's you can pick up that
second level spell, I think.
Yeah.
If it's the same.
No, it's not a second. It's a first level spell.
Yeah, it's a first level spell.
Okay.
Whenever you level up, you can pick up that spell if you'd like, or you can.
I never picked 2 extra spells when I leveled up to level 2. I'll do that some other time.
But you leveled up according to that character sheet we gave you, right?
Yeah, but you told me I didn't pick spells because I was a wizard.
Oh, I did.
That's what you said last time.
Oh, that's a mistake. That's a mistake.
Okay.
And the thing I said about charging is a mistake too. You can't charge unless you have a feat to charge in 5th edition.
Okay.
That's what I got confused before.
Yeah, you can only use the dash action, right?
So you can figure this out later, but this sword looks like it's a pretty valuable weapon. It looks very, very well made, very beautiful.
Very usable.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a long sword though, so you have to have proficiency with a long sword to use it properly.
I know.
Well, any of the fighters have martial weapon proficiency, which includes longsword.
Yeah, I don't have it, so I like. Okay, which one of you?
Somebody in the chat did write that from the basic rule set, spell scrolls can be used by any class who have it on their list. Otherwise, you can do an Arcana check. The DC is 10 plus the spell's level, and you can to attempt to cast it. But if you attempt and you fail the DC check, then the scroll is used up and not good anymore.
And it's a full action.
Yeah, but augury is some forbidden knowledge here. If you wanna, if you're interested in doing that. And you got to remember this. It's up to the DM what happens when you cast this spell. I can do anything I want. I'm gonna make you grow a bird's beak or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, I go around and find out any of the arrows that I can recover.
You're able to recover the arrows that you shot.
Okay. According to the rule, I don't know if it's house rule or not.
Yeah,
but it's one half.
You recover 1/2. I'm gonna say if you spend the time and carefully look around, I don't see why you can't recover all your arrows, unless they were destroyed or something, but they weren't.
Okay, then I'll go ahead and recover my arrows. And by the way, you'll well, I don't know. I'm not going to say anything about that. They'll have to figure that out later.
So, Castanar, you want the sword, or shall I hold on to it?
I could certainly make use of it. I have a pair of. You do notice I haven't drawn them yet but I do have a pair of swords on my hip. They appear to be short swords, but I am quite proficient in the use of blades of all sizes.
If you take a heavy sword, you can't dual wield anymore, unless you take the feat.
Well, longsword is not a heavy weapon. I can wield a.
Well, you
right,
can't.
But I can use a light weapon in my offhand. I just don't get the bonus.
No, you have.
No, you're not allowed to. Both your weapons have to be light.
They have to both be light. Okay, gotcha.
So what people do is everybody dual wields scimitars. in 5th
Yeah,
edition.
yeah,
You see
yeah,
wizards
I
with
did
dual
that.
wielding scimitars.
I did that, and actually,
It gets a little.
It's too silly. I don't like
It does get a
I'm
little
just
silly after a while.
yeah, I'm going to end up going the long sword, short sword route.
One good thing about the longsword is it's versatile. You can two-hand grip it to get D10 instead of D8 on your damage.
I get a fighting style next level, and dueling is what I was going to take.
But you can't still use something that isn't a light weapon. You can only use.
Oh no,
weapon-
no, it was 2-weapon fighting. I'm sorry.
And Schmigel, you can wield it as well.
Yeah.
know.
But you can't use anything other than light weapons unless you take the feat for.
Yeah, you have to take that
dual
feat
wielding.
to
Okay.
get to
So-
do wield
I
like
thought
a
2-weapon
longsword.
fighting.
I was actually
Well-
considering taking that at some point, so I could be like,
And they
Gandalf
did
with
change a
staff and
rule
sword.
so you can't dual wield hand crossbows because I was doing that, or like a gunslinger style. They changed the rule. You can't dual wield the hand crossbows either.
Okay.
I want to be able to do like the old Gandalf like with a staff and sword, but oh well.
Go play Rollmaster for that.
No, I could technically do it if I took the dual wield feat, because
Somebody on the chat says 2 of your arrows need to be destroyed because they were destroyed by the frost. I'm gonna say that these 2 arrows are still intact.
Okay.
Okay, I don't want to deprive you of 2 arrows. Not that it makes a big. You have like 20, right?
I have 20. Yeah, I haven't.
Okay.
I do want to get.
I'm not
another
gonna nitpick over 2 arrows, so you may have your arrows back.
Okay.
But if you're gonna be shooting arrows into like a lava pit or something, I'm gonna say they're gone.
Sure. I could
As
even
long as you
consider
spend the time to carefully look around, you can preserve the arrowhead, kind of fix another shaft, etc. It's not something that's going to be a major thing for you.
okay.
I will crawl out of this ravine now. Okay. Medic? We left the medic behind.
You guys want to wait for Haas to come in? It's 10 o'clock. I don't know if you guys want to keep going.
I have work tomorrow, so I'm gonna have to get going.
Yeah, so let's end it here, and then starting
Alrighty.
next game, Haas can show up and heal you
Okay.
guys.
I might recommend going back out to the entrance so that one, he doesn't stumble over the hunting trap that I left in the middle of the cave walking in, and 2, he'll know where the entrance is.
Okay, so I'll let you guys get back to the hunting trap before Haas comes in and gets a bear trapped.
Just so you guys know, it doesn't look like we'd have or we're too time constrained to actually take rests, I think.
Well,
So
a rest
no,
is an
so-
hour long. If you want to take
Yeah.
a rest, you tell me you want to take a rest here.
Well, not our diversion will only last so long. So
This place doesn't look very good for a rest. I personally wouldn't rest here, but there's some blue shit coming out of the crevasse. I don't know. Looks kind of evil here.
If there's no objection, I'll probably use one of those potions we just found, though.
you and Smiggle should both use one.
You guys have a total
I-
of 5 potions. 2d4 plus 2 healing per potion. So how many are you using? One
I'll
each?
just use one, yeah.
Yeah, I'll just use one too. So
Those are the two that
2d4?
we found, so
2d4, is there a plus to anything? Or
Plus 2.
okay.
Okay, so that gets me back into fighting shape. Actually, what did I roll? 7, 3, 10. Yeah, that gets me back into nearly full.
okay. Should we give Smiggle one more? It might be worth it, 'cause
All
that
of a
way
sudden,
Hoff can save his spells.
I suffer a sudden reaction. That thing was too close to an undead to my liking.
It's not
Smiggle.
technically an undead, but
It's an
close
aberration.
enough. It's close enough.
It's unnatural. That's what it is.
It's clearly unnatural. Kind of strange that this creature would be just hanging out here. You guys came in here to take out a gang. Don't you think?
No, actually, it isn't. That's what the fresh body is for. It's their way of getting in and out.
Okay. Smiggle, do you want one more potion?
Just hand it to me and I'll see what happens when we get to the battle.
Okay. So hold on to one.
So you guys have 3 potions total right now.
Yeah.
You drank 2 of the potions that you found. You got
Cause-
this long sword. It's unidentified. You can wield it if you'd like. And I actually will not tell you what it does. And whatever it does is going to happen, but I won't tell you.
Yeah, if Schmiegel won't, then I'll use it. I can, like I said, I can use one sword as proficient as I can too. So,
Yeah.
if Schmiegel won't, doesn't want to use it at the moment, I will. Because at some point I'm likely to have to get into melee combat. I almost leapt in that one.
Yeah. So what? So how's everybody for next week, same time?
Good for me.
I should be good.
Okay. We went 4 hours today, but it was a lot of fun. Really, we're really getting into it.
If would anybody object to maybe starting just a tad earlier and then we could end just a tad earlier?
Yeah, it works for me too.
What time?
Maybe
Ray's
5:30
gonna go
instead.
crazy. He's checking in at like 5 a.m. already. That's the thing.
Okay.
I don't know if he'll reject. Yeah, but ask him in the forum or something.
Okay.
I don't know if he would be wanting to wake up at 4 in the morning.
Oh shoot. Okay. never
I'm
mind,
pretty
okay.
amazed that he's stuck with us this long. Cause he's like 13 hours off or something like
I was
that.
going to say, where's he from?
Vietnam.
Vietnam. Okay.
Like holy
I
crap.
say that's Australia, Vietnam, something in that area. Yep.
Well,
Okay.
we used to have Will, and he was from Australia. It was a nightmare back then trying to schedule the games. I was playing at 9 p.m. and all over the place.
Yeah, that's the nice thing with me. I am retired. I have a job of sorts to supplement my income, but I pretty much can make my own schedule. So
I'm fine with